Recruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Simple. So, see what the world is like when ZipRecruiter does the hard work of hiring for you. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps into regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
710 ESPN.
Here we go, Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side? I'm in the far side. You're in the far side.
Go. Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
What are you laughing at?
What
are you giggling about over there?
I just got a text from my pal G-Fish.
What? What happened?
What up, G-Fish? And it's about you.
It's what's his name?
His
G-Fish?
name is Greg. We call him G-Fish.
You call him G-Fish.
What up, G-Fish?
His name is Greg and his G-Fish.
Yes.
This is a nice
I'm assuming
guy.
his last name involves fish,
it
right?
Does.
Yes.
Who is he to you before you
He's
read
just
this?
a pal of mine.
Just a friend of yours.
Best buddy.
Yeah,
Friend of the show.
Yes, for sure.
Okay,
he's
go ahead.
He's a loyal listener.
Okay.
And he just texted me asking me if we have added you to the text that we talked about
Oh,
yesterday.
my God, yes. Did you add me yet?
Not yet.
Oh, okay, G-Fish.
Do you really want in?
Absolutely I want in.
Okay,
Bro,
it's
yes.
detailed.
I need this stuff. You know me. You know us. We head to the same room at the same time. We're on the same schedule.
Like, he's very excited to welcome you to this community.
It needs a name, though.
You know what? That can be your contribution to the group. You don't have to do it right now.
Friends of the Throne.
The FOT?
The FOT. That's it. See, there you go. What's happening? And then Greg Bergman will not open his door yet because he knows I'm after him. I want to go to this Laker game tonight.
Oh, you do?
Yes. He told me anytime. So anytime would be tonight.
Oh, you just gonna? Are you solo?
Solo.
Or are you bringing a crew?
I'm going solo.
Okay.
I'm going to a basketball game tonight.
They'll fit you in.
Good.
I
okay.
think. Yeah.
If I'm going with or without his permission, and if I get stopped, I'm going to say Greg told me I
Greg
can go.
said it's cool.
Yeah, Greg Bergman at ESPN LA
I'm
said I could go.
As to whether they make you go through the rigmarole of what you have to do.
What do you have to do to get in?
There's an email address that you have to send to that has to get approved by this person and that person. But you're DeMarco Farr. They may just go, yeah, sure, come on in.
Really?
I don't know. I've never asked.
Okay, so there was an email sent out last week to all of our emails telling us how to request to get any tickets.
It's hard to get into a Lakers game.
I don't know. I've never asked.
Oh, okay.
For free.
So, yeah.
Well, why don't you go with me tonight? See?
I live far away.
Come on. It's national TV.
DeMarco, had you told me prior to 9:02 in the morning that I might have been able to make accommodations?
You got to midstream adjust, man.
Yeah,
Come on. Adjust on the fly.
I am a planner.
Look at you.
Plus, I have something I have to do both this afternoon and this evening. I am like I don't know if it's a sous chef or something. Susan is having a big dinner party for her friends.
A sous chef means you're helping the chef.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't know if I'm the sous chef or the chef or just the hired help for the evening or whatever it is.
Either way, you know you're cooking.
Either way, I'm there and I'm helping her get ready for it. She's got a bash.
You're barking orders or you're taking them. Either way, but you're going to be cooking.
She's got the table. She's got the table set.
Nice.
It looks beautiful.
How many people?
A dozen.
Nice.
Yeah. Is there an occasion, a reason?
It's a group birthday. She has a group birthday party 4 times a week. I can't keep them all.
I'm sorry,
straight.
she's popular.
She's very popular.
You need a valet guy?
A valet guy.
Yeah, I can park cars. Need a detailer?
Hot dog.
He spilled ceviche in her car on the way over. You can help him clean it up.
Though, didn't you? Weren't you a cook?
He can cook.
I can cook.
See, there's your third.
Down,
See, help. There's your help in the kitchen right there.
Will you work for Modelo? Because that's what I'm working for.
Any other day. Today's my mom's birthday, so happy birthday, Mommy.
Happy
I love
birthday,
you.
Mom.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Yes,
Happy
all right.
birthday to
She's
her.
what? Yeah, 22. How old are you?
Yeah,
11.
So I tell my daughter, hey, how old is Grandma? I'm like 21. She's like, what? Really? 21? I'm like, yeah.
Good for you. Yeah, way to go.
What are you going to do for Mom?
We're taking her to Chili's.
I knew it. Yeah. Get the nachos.
Yeah, how does Mom feel about the little weirdo individual nachos?
She says they have that special, 2 for $3 or 2 for $30 or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
you get
go.
3 for me.
3 for me. You get a burger, a drink, and is it fries?
Yeah. Non-joke, though, my family has a tradition of going to Chili's. Like, if you're home in Fredericksburg, Chili's is the spot. And my mom will give me gift cards to Chili's for my birthday.
There's nothing wrong with Chili's.
It's
At
a
all.
lovely night out.
Yes.
Who thinks we hate Chili's?
Nobody, but
Thank
you
you.
always
Jorge
your
keeps on
eyebrows
joking
go up
about
when you
No.
make Chili's.
Anniversary Chili's.
Okay.
Maybe not. I'm just saying. Sometimes, maybe.
Put a little white tablecloth down when you get to Chili's. Fancy it up a
There's an
little
app
bit.
for that,
There's
you
an
can
app
put a
for that.
candle.
Oh, my God. Wow, there's
Yeah,
an
like
app
the
for that.
white tablecloth service when I
Okay,
arrived
when I
at
used to work
Chili's.
at Chick-fil-A in high school, for Valentine's Day, we would do that. We would have, for Valentine's Day, you could book a reservation at Chick-fil-A.
Wow.
We would dress up really nice, and we would sit at the table with cloth napkins, and they would serve, like, heart-shaped boxes of Chick-fil-A nuggets, whatever.
That's cute.
It was really fun, and it was a fun date even to work it, because you're like, oh, this is, like, a little different than normal.
Not for a first date, though, right?
Depends on
Not
look,
for
if
a
you're
first date, yeah.
If you're 40 years old, probably not. If you're 17, sure.
Okay.
And also, like, it could be a funny thing. Like, it could be kind of like a first date, but a gag first date if that person seems receptive to that.
Yes.
Like,
True.
if it's thoughtful.
If you're trying to, like, you are an adult with an occupation, you make a nice living, probably not. But if you are a kid in high school and you're trying to,
Perfect. Yes.
knock it out.
Mid-20s and you're dating and you go there, that's not a date. That's content. That's being recorded. Yeah, you're hoping for the
You
explosion.
go for drinks.
I think so. I think you're right.
Actually, okay, so there's been some, like, drama online with this girl who is a content creator, like, on TikTok that only talks about her dates and about whether or not these dates are real and whether or not these dates are,
What
like, if I can't talk.
Constitutes.
Thank you.
You're
a real
welcome.
date.
She never shows the guy because she's not saying. Say, for example, she's not saying I'm here with Travis.
But
and
is it where they go or how much money he spends or what determines whether it's a real date or not?
It's
No.
She thinks
there may not be a date.
Exactly.
It may be
that
Manti
she's making
Te'o.
up stories
She may be making it up. Yeah,
about these dates.
I'm out
Yes,
on the date,
exactly.
but you never see the guy. Yeah, that stuff. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
speaking my language.
Manti Te'o.
But yeah.
Look at the face.
Come on.
Come on, man. Come on.
But anyway, it's been occupying my space
Yes.
on my TikTok timeline.
But
So-
you can go to the game with me. I'm back to
I
that
know.
again.
I can't.
He's going to play LeBron.
I can't
no
because
Ja.
I am previously engaged, and B, it's far, and C, I have a TV.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll listen to Billy Mack call the game. I'll maybe flip on Ireland and listen to the
It's
game.
an option. I'm trying to decide. It's an option. I may make tacos at home.
Why is this the one that you decided to? Because of Ja? Is it? Oh, Ja's not playing.
I wanted to see Ja. Ja's not playing, but AD's coming back.
Yep.
It's kind of a mini rivalry. With the Grizz.
Yeah,
Might be fun.
But Ja's what brings the heat to that rivalry,
Yeah.
and he's not going to be there.
You know what actually happened? I watched the Warriors and the Mavericks last night, and
that was great, by the way.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I almost forgot how much fun the NBA can be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, right?
Look,
we get mired in drama. Here.
Last night, what the Warriors did for Clay and Clay's reception to that was terrific.
It was.
They passed out captain's hats. They captain Clay. They gave an incredibly warm reception, a standing O. You know, this is how you welcome back one of the great players in your organization. And if you don't get to spend your whole career in one place, this is how you hope it ends, where he got the money that he was looking for. He gets to go to a really good team. He gets a chance to go try to compete for another title. That there aren't a bunch of hard feelings both ways.
It was awesome.
It was terrific.
And it was really competitive. Like, both teams
Super.
clearly wanted to win and were playing hard.
Yep.
Like, Steph was playing hard.
It brought out the best in Steph.
Sure
That's
did.
what I love. That's
Sure
what
did.
I love seeing. And I thought, Steph is how old now?
100.
He's 36.
He's been around.
He looks exactly the same as he did when he came in, just a little bit bigger.
We talk about this with, like, Aaron Donald. We talked about it. We still talk about it with LeBron and Shohei. I think that we're talking about it. We've entered the Shohei part of the conversation. Steph's that too. Like, just sit back and enjoy what you're looking at, because this is a once in a sport, like not even a once in a generation. We've seen he changed basketball forever, and he did it as a more or less a regular sized person. Like, he's not Shaq, right? He's 6'3" or 4", whatever he is.
Yeah.
He's a regular sized guy, but his game changed basketball forever. And he's still at the absolute peak of his powers.
Every kid I see in youth basketball wants to be Steph Curry,
Yeah.
and they all pretend they are. But I think he can do this for another 4 or 5 years. It's not a physical brand of ball.
It's not.
You can shoot that.
Golly,
forever.
He'll be 100 and be able to make an open shot. The question is, how long can he continue to run around? Because he never stops moving.
No.
Like you watch him, he never stops.
But that's
moving.
what I mean. At 36, you're supposed to slow down, and he looks exactly the same.
Well, he takes care of himself the way LeBron takes care of himself.
Yeah.
Like he's never heavy, he's never out of shape, he's never he's just always right where he needs to be.
Is the NBA Hall of Fame the same 5 years after?
Well, it's the Basketball Hall of Fame, and basically, if you played basketball in junior high, you get into the Hall of Fame.
That's not true, is it? It's easier to get in?
The threshold for the Basketball Hall of Fame is lower than the threshold for others.
I mean, do they go in together at some point? Are they waiting for one guy to retire, and I'm going to stay 1 year?
They will
So
both
for players,
go in.
they have to be fully retired for at least 4 seasons.
4 seasons.
So if they retire at the same time, they'll go in at the same time.
If I'm
They're
LeBron,
both going in at the beginning.
I'm not going out until he goes out.
He's a lot older than Steph.
Then I would wait until
he's going to play till he's 46.
I'm going to outlast him. I'm going to play one more game than him.
You're right.
Yeah.
Steph could not look. I don't know if Steph will be able to be the point guard and run around, nonstop for another 5 years. But if he moves over to that other role where he's sitting there waiting for you to throw him the ball,
corner shot, that's what I'm saying. He could do this forever.
Are you kidding me?
I know.
And he could do that till he's no joke.
Yeah.
He could do that until he's 50.
It was a hell of a game, and it's funny when Luka is the co-star.
Yeah. Well, he was for a night.
Right, but that game was exciting. That's why I want to go tonight, so you're going with me. I keep going back to that.
I will go to a basketball game with you. Let's go to a hockey game,
tonight.
too. Not tonight. I got cooking I got to get
I
done
have a
tonight.
question for you guys. Can you, do the sleep thing every game? Is it like a Mike Breen
the
double
night
bang
night?
where you want to kind of reserve it for these key moments? Like in Paris, he did it, and that's yes, Steph needs to do it there. You need to do it at the championship or a playoff walk-off shot.
I think last night qualified.
I do too.
Because Clay came back.
I do exactly right.
Yeah.
It's a big moment. It's a big moment.
It's a big moment against his pal,
Yeah.
and he was terrific. And it was the first time they've played it with Clay on the other team in that building, et cetera.
I mean, Clay wasn't guarding him, but still.
But it's also one of those things. That's his signature.
Yeah.
But
against the Raptors, no. Against them, yes.
But if he goes and knocks down a game winner against the Raptors, sure, it's his signature.
But so is Mike
he'd
Breen's
be
double
wasting
bang.
one. I think he might be wasting that against a bad team. Save that for the good teams.
Look, if you're up by 30, you don't get to do the good night. But if you hit a three at the horn
and it's tight,
and
against the Magic,
okay.
Magic's not bad. But yes, when you got a signature, sign stuff.
It's true,
right?
I like it.
You got a signature, sign stuff.
But you're making tacos. If you don't go to the game, you're making
White people taco night.
Oh my God!
I'm making DeMarco tacos that happen to be the same style as what you just said.
I'm on my walk yesterday, and because we've disintegrated into a ruleless society, there's a woman walking towards me who's talking on her phone, but she doesn't have her earbud in, and she doesn't have the phone up to her head.
Like this.
She's doing that. She's holding her phone out here and screaming at the top of her lungs into the phone. So she says to whoever she's talking to, it sounded like a kid on the other end, well, I'll make some tacos when we get back.
Oh,
right?
nice.
And I'm thinking, A, that sounds really good, and B, I know
White
exactly what type of
people
tacos those are going to
stop.
be. I know.
I wish you guys
shredded
never told
cheddar
that.
cheese,
Yes.
sour cream,
I'm going to
black
shred my own
olives,
cheese. My own cheese.
La
though.
Victoria taco
Doesn't
sauce.
make any difference.
It doesn't
Yeah.
make a difference. I'm going to shred
No.
my own cheese.
Doesn't make a difference. Is it cheddar cheese?
It is cheddar cheese.
So it doesn't make a difference.
Does the seasoning
block.
have a McCormick label on it or a
No,
La
I actually
Victoria?
mix my own
Okay.
taco seasoning. So
Okay.
What about are you getting hard taco shells?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to pan fry them.
The shells?
The corn tortilla.
Oh,
That's,
okay.
that's how my family likes them. So
Yeah.
am I better now?
Corn, look, corn tortilla is a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
White people tacos are 90% on crunchy taco shells.
Yep.
The remaining 10% are on flour soft
soft
tortillas.
Okay.
Mission.
Yep, exactly.
Then we're making biracial tacos in my house. There.
If it's ground beef, though, it's most likely
Yeah.
a white people taco.
No, it's
Word.
biracial. See, it's
Word.
a mix.
Ground
There you
beef,
go.
though, right? Don't say turkey.
It's ground beef.
No, you're. Oh,
No,
is it
dog.
vegan?
No, it's ground beef.
Okay.
No, I'm making it for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Them. They love tacos.
Okay.
But see, if I don't go to the game, I have to make tacos. You want to cook. I don't want to cook. I want to go to the game and be fed and not cook and sit around and watch LeBron
bang on
work.
Greg's door and see if you can go to the game. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about AD's back tonight. And could we see something that we've never seen out of AD? That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Going through a life change, whether you're downsizing, you've inherited a home, or you're just ready for a change, Seller's Advantage is here to make selling your home easy. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. With Seller's Advantage, you're in control. Close as quickly as you want and do it on your own terms. Check out their reviews online and call for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-2747 or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Black Friday savings start now at Cardin Alleyway Hyundai. These are brand new 2025 Hyundai Tucson Hybrid SEO convenience for just $369 a month for 36 months. Plus, enjoy peace of mind driving with America's best warranty. Cardin Alleyway Hyundai just off the 91 freeway or at CardinAlleyWayHyundai.com. $369 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. Includes 10,000 miles per year plus tax, license, and fees. Offer available to well-qualified buyers only. Subject to HMF credit approval. Expires 12/2/24.
Inspired by Southern California's laid-back yet active lifestyle, Travis Mathew creates premium men's and women's apparel designed to make you look and feel your best no matter the activity. Now, Travis Mathew brings that same style to USC fans with their first-ever collegiate collaboration. Designed with the iconic cardinal and gold, this collection carries the tradition and legacy of USC. Gear up for game days in style. New customers get 20% off their first order with code 710 at travismatthew.com. That's code 710. Offer valid online only.
With over 20 clinics in the greater LA area, Game Day Men's Health offers premium services like testosterone therapy, ED treatment, and more to optimize your health. Visit GameDayMen'sLA.com to schedule your complimentary testosterone test and consultation. Get back in the game with Game Day Men's Health.
Lakers fans, take the purple and gold with you wherever you go by downloading the Lakers app, presented by BBGO. With the Lakers app, get the latest team news, live updates, in-game highlights, photos, and more. Available in the App Store for free. Don't miss any of the action as the season continues. And always be game day ready. The Lakers app has you covered. Download now to your iPhone or Android. Let's go, Lake Show.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. I have teamed up with Travis and DeMarco to tell you about personal injury attorney Joseph S. Normand and his all-star legal team.
We've been talking about the law office of Joseph S. Normand for months, and they've helped listeners achieve maximum compensation that they deserve in an accident.
Getting into an accident can be scary and frustrating dealing with insurance companies. Let the Normand All-Star team handle it for you. Visit normandlegal.com or 213-747-2000.
The law offices of Joseph S. Normand, 213-747-2000.
ABC Wednesdays.
Y'all complain all day. We want books. We want paper towels in the classroom. Bet you want raises, too.
I'm still waiting on the paper towels.
Abbott Elementary returns with the new season.
We asked the district for more after-school programs. They gave us $50 for class pets instead.
Critics cheer. Abbott Elementary continues to be one of the funniest and most beloved shows on TV.
What y'all doing out there?
Taking bribes.
Proud of y'all.
Abbott Elementary, Wednesdays, 9:30, 8:30 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double hot, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Hey, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Well, I do now.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
Did you say you're cutting me off?
You earn, we match. Unlimited cashback match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
See what Anthony from the social media team brought in there?
What did you... Donuts.
Yeah. Did you see that chocolate bar?
I did. That long
It's the size of
chocolate
your
bar.
arm.
I did see that. That's who brought those in here?
Yeah. I think he's still trying to make good from the time he tore half a donut and threw the other half back in the box.
He touched it?
He took a donut, tore it, took half to eat, and just tossed the other half back in the box.
You can leave a half, but you have to cut it.
You got to use a utensil to cut it in half.
Or a napkin.
or a napkin.
He was trying to do good business. He was
Look,
trying to
no skin contact.
He was trying to. I don't know if he's trying to watch calories or he's trying to make sure everybody gets a fair share. I think the intent was good. The execution was deeply flawed.
I do hate the half a donut in the box, though.
Either don't have a donut or eat the whole donut.
Thank you.
Those are the two options, right?
If you're on a diet, then don't eat the donut. Don't say half the donut is like, playing for the tie.
Donuts are depressing.
What do you mean they're depressing?
What do you mean?
Because
I've never been sad eating a donut.
What about after you swallowed the last bite of donut? Don't you feel like, what the hell did I just do to myself?
No, where's the other one?
Really?
Yeah. Does anybody have any donut holes?
Donuts are delicious. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They taste really good,
Yeah.
but it's like, donut, cool. That was great. I feel like crap.
If you get like 4 donuts, you start tasting nothing but lard. I get you with that.
4 donuts? I don't think I've ever ate 4 donuts.
Oh,
You've never eaten 4 donuts before? Oh my God, I can kill
No.
that whole box right now.
I think I've told you
gosh.
guys this. I don't think you've heard this. So when I was a kid, my dad would go buy donuts Saturday or Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Okay, one of the 2 mornings he would get up and he'd go buy donuts, and when me and my brother would get up, there would be donuts in the house.
Right.
Okay. Me, my brother, my mom, my dad. My mom would eat 1 donut. Okay?
Yeah.
My dad would buy 2 dozen donuts, and they would be gone by 11 o'clock in the morning.
Totally. Makes sense.
The 3 of us, my brother, my dad, and I, would take down 2 entire dozen
Glaze,
donuts.
chocolate
An
rays,
assortment.
chocolate bars.
The rainbow of donuts was in that box. Both boxes.
Jelly?
Sure.
Jelly donut. Okay.
I was always partial to that lemon one.
But it makes a mess though.
Well, yeah, but we had a sink at our house.
You clean it up. Yeah. Donuts. I can't eat just 1 or 2. I can eat the whole box.
I have thankfully moved on from donuts.
No doubt.
AD back tonight. It's gonna be a goggleless AD tonight.
That's okay, right?
Look, if he didn't want to wear them, he didn't want to wear them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's his choice. If he gets poked in the eye again and misses time, then it's
Is
like
it kind of like Guardian caps?
Well, sort of.
It's a little different because, look, if, let's say, and
that's being
knocking on wood.
Preventative, yeah.
If he got poked in the eye tonight and missed more time, it's like, dude, you got to put this on because you're missing time. If you don't want to wear a Guardian cap and whatever happens to you 20 years from now, that I guess is your choice. But if you're getting poked in the eye,
I would never wear a Guardian cap.
That's what you said.
I would never wear
just because it looks kind of goofy.
It looks goofy.
It does.
You look like Gazoo from Fred Flintstone.
Oh, can I make a?
Yeah.
I have a.
Remember the extra helmet they used to put on?
I do.
Yeah.
Steve Tasker had that, like,
or is it
giant,
Kelso?
Right, you're right.
Kelso.
It was Kelso.
Kelso had the. Yeah. That
it was
one.
Kelso.
It looks silly. There's no way I'm wearing that.
It did look silly.
Yeah.
I completely agree. I want to go back to baseball for a sec. So when the first and third base coaches were first by rule, you have to put a helmet on, right?
Yeah.
They all wear helmets now.
Someone got killed, right?
In the minor leagues, somebody took a line drive off the head, and there was a tragedy.
His name. It's name. Go ahead.
I don't remember the name either, but there was a tragedy, so they said everybody put on a helmet, and a lot of guys like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And for 2 weeks, it looked kind of ridiculous. Does it look ridiculous now? No.
It becomes normal.
It just looks like that's part of the uniform. You
Yeah.
go out there. I think if everybody put on that Guardian cap, it would look like for 2 weeks, it'd be like, this doesn't look right at all. And then it'd be like, oh, okay.
It wouldn't stand out.
It wouldn't
stand out so much. I mean, but that's going to be a hard sell for football to try to get everybody to wear it.
But if you passed the rule and just said you have to, everybody put it on.
If you have to do it,
Yeah.
put the rule.
Like,
I mean, you could do that. I mean, there might be a mini revolt, and it does protect your head, dummy.
There might be a mini revolt until it's like you can either put it on and play or not.
Yeah,
it's up
and
to you.
I'm wrong. You should protect your brain
Yeah.
and your helmet. I asked Kevin Dotson, why do you wear that as a guard?
Yeah.
He goes, I want to protect my brain.
It's a good answer.
Perfect answer. That's it. I get it. So I'm the dumb one. He's the smart one.
So,
yes.
80 will not have goggles tonight, but hopefully his eyeballs stay intact and he's able to go. I'm excited for what we see. Look, the Lakers are off to a decent start, not a great start, a decent start.
Undefeated at home.
Undefeated at home. That's good news. They get Memphis tonight, no Jaw, so an opportunity to win another game, go 3 games over 500.
They've won 2 without him, though.
Yeah.
They've won 2 without
Will
him.
Jean Morant return?
By like 70 points.
Yeah, no, they're not a bad team.
They're not a bad team at all.
They're a good team with Ja. But 80s looked like an MVP when he's been playing.
Agree.
And we've always talked about how, hey, look, if AD could get to that MVP level, or why does he play like an MVP, 4 times a month instead of 8 times a month? Like, we're always hoping for that little. He's kind of giving it to you right now. Like, he's looked like that MVP level player. We saw him get Player of the Week, I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he's scoring, he's defending, he's shooting the ball better. That if you could get an MVP level season out of Anthony Davis, I just can't imagine what the rest of that might start to look like. If you could just get that floor raised a little bit with everyone else, if he played his 70-plus games at an MVP level, I think that is the best version of this Laker team, where he's not just the best player on your team, which he is right now, but he's the best player in the whole league.
You've got that with him. If you're JJ Redick, you've got that, an MVP level player in AD. You've got LeBron that's still at the top of his game. He absolutely went off against Memphis, just not enough to beat him the last time. I think you're going to have to make a trade at some point, because I don't think you're going to be able to get it out of this group.
I agree.
Really. I mean, we started the year talking about Rui made the big turnaround, and it's been great. His rebounding was awesome. This is what they need to look like to be good, and it's gone a little bit south. And I don't think you're ever going to find a consistent D'Lo.
I don't either.
It's never going to happen. So,
I think those are different guys, though, DeMarco, because I think D'Lo is a talented enough player that just and I don't even want to try to assign reason to it, but he's just so unwilling or incapable of being consistent, right? That he's up, he's down, he tries, he doesn't, he's a team player, he's not. It's just all over the map. And
I don't have time to wait.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, clearly he's been in the league long enough.
Yeah.
Rui, I think this
why
is who
does every
he is.
other team have guys that pitch in? And why are we still fighting these same battles?
But Rui to me feels more like Rui is the definition of a rank and file NBA player. Most NBA players are a little up and down.
Yeah.
D'Angelo's an extreme example of that, but Rui's kind of in that good one, not so good one, decent one, average one. You never really expect him to be a good player night after night after night. He's a role player.
Yeah, but I expect
D'Lo's better than that.
But I mean, if part of your job is cleaning the glass, then I can at least expect that out of you on a nightly basis. Your numbers outside of scoring should not be going backwards this early in the season.
Yeah, they're a really. I agree with you. They feel like they're short talent.
Yeah.
Right. It feels like they need to get better. And I do think that the D'Angelo, look, they've been trying to trade him for 2 years. That he's still here now is a huge upset.
I feel like we should get comfortable with the idea that they might not make a trade.
You're
Because
gonna
the
have
CBA,
to.
the way that it is, it might not be possible. You have to have someone that's willing to buy what you're selling, as well as they might just be tied up with AD
he's got
and LeBron.
an expiring contract, right? Very
they
attractive.
Can move him.
Yeah, you can move him.
They can move him. It may not be as easy as it's been in other years, but you said, we were talking before the show, the LeBron clock is ticking a little louder than it was last year, which was a little louder than the year before.
It gets a little bit longer if AD can sustain this.
It sure does. Yeah. It sure does. But you're going to have to get this team is currently constructed. They don't have enough good players to go make a run. Will they make the playoffs? Yeah. Yeah, they will. Will they maybe win a round? Yeah, maybe.
Can they beat Memphis without Ja tonight?
But we'll see. But the idea of this group going through 3 or 4 rounds of the playoffs, no way. They just don't have enough good players.
Even if AD's giving you MVP level play,
because he kind of sort of was close to it last year.
Yeah.
He played a lot. He played at a very high level. So did LeBron.
Yeah,
and they were out in the first round.
But he can make them seem better than what they are if he keeps this up.
But I'm optimistic that he's off to a great start.
And pray that JJ Redick can help these other pieces stay consistent.
You had an A+ AD last year.
Yeah.
You had an A LeBron.
But you didn't have Redick.
You didn't have Redick.
Yeah.
But the rest of these guys are.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for the Redick. I'm hoping AD stays together. I'm hoping LeBron doesn't get old overnight.
You think he can do it?
Who?
AD. I know that he's talented enough to do it, but
I don't think it's sustainable. I think he's going to break down. Physically break down. The way he's playing and how he's playing, it's inevitable. He's going to get hurt. He alwaes does.
He gets hurt a
especially
lot.
when you're playing like this.
He didn't last year.
Yeah.
Now I'm arguing against myself.
I think he's better this year.
He has gotten off to a better start, but he played, what was it? Double check this. I think it was 75 games last year.
Yeah.
He basically played the whole season and was terrific for the vast majority of it.
But that was a different thing. He's the guy. It's all going through him now.
Good. That's should have been this way for a while.
AD played 76 games.
76, but it's everything going through him and playing 76. I don't see that. I really don't. But I hope it does, because if it does, they're better than a play-in. If you have an MVP level AD that's playing like this,
they almost did last year.
Yeah.
That's why I'm hope he wins an MVP, or I hope he's at least getting the consideration for those sorts of things. But it wasn't like you got the B+ version of AD last year. You got the A+ version. That was the A+ version of him. and you were a playing team.
You know how we can prove it? We can go to the game tonight, me and you. We can evaluate.
Enjoy.
Take
a lot of pictures, send them to me, and I'll text you other things. All right, the in-season tournament that they've slapped a corporate logo on.
NBA Emirates
Not
Cup.
doing that. Not yet. You got to have it for 2 years before I'm calling it by your logo. I do like the goofy floors. That's coming up next. It's Trav. It's DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Hey, Next Gen is the official AC heating and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans. You know why? You know why that's true? You know why Next Gen is everybody's choice? It's because they are the best in the business, backed by thousands of 5-star reviews. I've had Next Gen out to my home a couple of different times. They helped me with an air conditioning issue. They helped me with a water heater issue, and they can help you with all of this as well, especially when we're talking about our membership exclusive savings. For just $14.99 a month, here's what you're going to get. Comprehensive plumbing, heating, and AC solutions. No unexpected issues, just total home comfort. Complimentary multi-point heating and cooling tune-ups, plumbing and safety inspections, and my favorite part, VIP guaranteed 2-hour priority service appointments. If you've called for a plumber, if you've called to have somebody come and look at your air conditioning, good luck getting them out there in the first day or two. It doesn't happen with NextGen. A 2-hour priority service appointment if you are a member of the VIP club. Just $14.99 a month. 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN to sign up and become a NextGen VIP. NextGenAirandPlumbing.com if you want to do it online. 833-3-NEXTGen.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
ESPN and Beverly Hills Ortho are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. Could be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, or you could nominate yourself. You could win prizes like sweet tickets, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, or the grand prize, Invisalign. Enter now at ESPNLA.com, and remember, you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Ortho.
small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
So, if I play this, where's my little deal here?
I don't know.
Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm screwing this up. Wait, give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Hold on.
We did have a whole break just now to get it ready.
What is your little deal?
If I do this.
Tears for Fears.
Okay, you know that song.
Yeah.
Okay, because every time I play this on a walk, no matter what, no matter where it is, people start singing with me.
Oh, it's a song that everybody knows.
Yeah.
You know it by just a couple of notes. Yeah.
They love it.
It's like one of those. It's in like a million movies.
It's in movies. It's in commercials. It's been on the radio for 50 years.
I didn't know it was an
anthem.
I love the song. Always love the song. I play it like at least once a day, but I didn't know it was a serious anthem for people.
It's like that song from Fleetwood Mac that's like, "Oh, I want to be with you everywhere."
Yeah. Christine McVie. Yeah. Okay, good.
Stevie Nicks is an Arcadia Apache, just letting you know that.
She's what?
An Arcadia Apache.
And
Stevie Nicks is from here?
Mm-hmm.
Get out
and
of town.
she and Jason Kelsey are #1 in the holiday charts right now because they did a song together for
Did they really?
The Philadelphia Eagles. Jason Kelsey does a holiday album every year, and so he did a song with Stevie Nicks.
I saw him on Monday night.
You saw
Jason Kelsey.
Oh yeah, they were there covering the
Did
game.
you see him do the push-ups against the veterans?
No, I didn't. But I dapped him up. We talked. I talked about the whole phone thing with him.
He walks right in the Hall of Fame, right?
I would say so.
He's like a 5-time All-Pro.
He's gonna tush push it.
Dwight Stevenson.
Mike Webster. Yeah. Who's the guy for the Raiders? Jim Otto? Is he a center?
Jim Otto.
Yeah.
The only guy in the Raider Hall of Fame. They have this bust of Raider Hall of Famers. He's the only guy that's wearing a Raider helmet. Like, he is the ultimate Raider.
Okay.
Yeah. There's Raiders, and then there's him. He is the Raider.
All right.
Yes.
He's the logo?
Yeah.
Yes, he is the logo. There you go.
They, he's in.
I was thinking Kevin Mawai. That's the guy.
From the Jets?
Yeah, if Kevin Mawai is in, and he was a fantastic, great, and Tom Nalen, another guy,
remember
center,
him.
Denver Broncos, captain that O-line. If they're in, he's in.
What do you say about the phone thing?
I told him, I said, I don't want to, out the whole conversation, but I said, I got your back, and he was like, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I think most people did.
Yeah.
I think
most people were on his side.
Yeah. That was one of those, did he say a word that we'd prefer not to hear?
And he apologized for it.
And I think that was one of those, somebody was being an idiot and they got what was coming their way.
That's almost verbatim.
Yeah.
Almost verbatim right there.
Just that video of Barkley the other day. I think he was walking in to do a game in Dallas. I think it was new, and some moron was chirping him about this, that, it's just, and you could see the guy, it was almost like he wanted to get punched. And
I think some people do. Yeah. I think some people do.
Is it content getting your teeth knocked out?
Yes.
For some people, yes. It's
seeing
so stupid.
that celebrity, that guy lose his stuff, that's the content. Because that's what goes viral.
They care more about clicks than they do about their own body, which is just an insane thing to think about.
Like I said, we're living in a lawless, not a lawless, a ruleless society.
Wait,
perhaps lawless one day. Maybe we'll get there.
Yeah.
But there you go. That's kind of a chill song for you to be walking to.
I love it. It sets my mood.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
I love that
It's
song.
a good morning song. It's a good waking up song.
It is.
Did you have it playing on your phone while you carry your phone in your hand?
Right in the little
in your pocket?
kangaroo pouch.
So it's muffled?
Well, you can hear it.
I know you can hear it,
Yeah.
but it's
No, it's loud enough. Watch. Here. You can hear it. Right. See this? Wait, let me put it in the pocket.
This is great radio, guys.
Yeah.
See? You can hear it? Yeah. It is great radio.
Just let it play for the rest of the day. Just leave it in your pocket.
Theme music.
We'll have a nice bed of tears.
Sometimes I forget, man. I just walk around with music playing. I'm like, why are people staring at me?
Sound like we all want our lives scored when we walk around.
There you
right?
go.
We got our own
Soundtrack of our
personal
lives.
score. Are you into the in-season tournament? The Lakers are, of course, the defending champions of the first ever IST.
I am. I'm into NBA basketball. Period. I love watching hoop, but I kind of get into this tournament. I thought it was stupid.
I did
first.
too.
Yeah,
I did too.
But I'm
And
kind
I
of getting
don't
into
anymore.
it. Yeah,
I've done a 180 on the event itself.
Yeah.
And last year when you saw like all those goofy courts, I'm like, come on, man. And now
Those
I saw
are kinda cool.
I saw them last night. I'm like, oh, that thing's back.
Yeah.
They did a good job of logoing it.
Yes.
Like where like if you flip on a Laker game in 4 seconds, you're like, oh, that's Staples Center. Or that's the Boston Garden. Like you just know these places at a glance, and then you see these weird IST courts. It's like, oh, that's right.
I
we're
need to
doing
wear
that
sunglasses to watch these games.
Some of them are hideous, but they're incredibly eye-catching.
Exactly.
Like
You're flipping around, you know what it is.
You know what it is. And here's the thing that they were able to do that sold me on it. The players bought in.
They bought it. I'm surprised they did.
Me too.
Yeah, but
Why
when
do you think they did?
Of a league full of competitors,
Yeah.
you throw them something else to compete over, they'll jump at it, and you put money behind it.
Okay, so I get the money for, let's say, half the team.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's an extra $500,000 million bucks, whatever it is. That's real money. And I guess even if you're LeBron James or AD, it's $1 million.
It's money you won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get that. But to have just say, oh, by the way, we're doing a thing and it's important and you should care about it. It's got to be around for a while before I think people really start to care about it. And yet the players cared about it right out of the gate. Like those games in Vegas were super fun. The Lakers clearly were deeply invested in
I think the best thing that happened to that thing was LeBron winning the first one. Because now it's something else to
LeBron or the Lakers?
The Lakers and LeBron winning that thing because he's got it. He's celebrated it. Now it's something you want. You want to take from him.
I could not agree with you more because give me the most anonymous NBA team that there is. Just pick one. The Utah Jazz.
Utah Jazz. Perfect.
Okay?
Yes.
Let's pick the Utah Jazz.
I was going to say the Grizz.
And the Grizz, by the way, are a good choice too. The Hornets
even
are a
better.
great choice.
Okay,
like any of those sorts of teams, had they won the inaugural invitation or SIT Emirates Cup, whatever we're calling it, and thrown a party and hung a banner, it would have been, guys, what the hell are you doing?
Exactly. Yes.
If the Lakers did it, you're like,
okay, now it's different.
You needed the Lakers or the Celtics or the Heat or the Warriors,
a blue blood
or
cosign.
One of those teams to go, no, this is important.
Yes.
We like this too.
You just made it hot. That's like some celebrity wearing something, it becomes hot overnight. Same thing with this. LeBron holding that trophy, the Lakers having that champion or that tournament win makes everybody want it now.
I like that there's that goofy point differential thing because it kind of gives you an incentive to tack on meaningless points in games, like to keep playing hard even after some of these games have been decided. Because usually once the game's 12 or 13 points and there's a minute or so to go, game's over, right? Well, not anymore. If it's one of these
competitive to the end,
yeah.
I know, I love it. I used to love unbudgeted money, like the Pro Bowl. When you make the Pro Bowl, it's unbudgeted money.
Terrific.
It's free money. That's how you go buy stupid stuff, crossbows, and all that stuff.
Crossbows?
Oh, absolutely, crossbows. What else?
You
golf clubs. See,
okay, golf clubs.
See,
sure. Crossbow is not on my list.
Or
of
you
things
spend
that
you spend the entire $500,000 at Pebble. See, that's unbudgeted money.
Even at Pebble, you got to go strong to the hoop to spend $500,000.
But that's what I'm saying.
Is
See,
a
that's what this is
crossbow
about.
$500,000?
No, I mean multiple crossbows.
If you
crossbows for the entire
crossbows
family.
For your friends,
right?
so you can go in the woods and have a good time.
And you can't have a crossbow without an ATV.
Emily, let me just say that. Let's say tomorrow you won the lottery. You won $250,000.
Okay, great.
How many crossbows are you buying?
None.
None? Oh, see?
Or I would do one to recreate the scene in Game of Thrones, and that's about it.
Try to invent a lightsaber. Unbudgeted money. See, win the tournament, take the $500,000, go do something
get a very
stupid.
fancy lightsaber, like one of the super expensive
there
ones.
you go. See?
$100 at Disney.
See, look, what you're thinking,
I would
right?
run
What
out
you
of
got?
theater.
No, I want to know the answer. To be honest.
Go ahead.
How many crossbows did you buy?
In my lifetime or at once?
In your lifetime.
Both.
4.
4 at once or
Yes.
total?
4 at once.
And that
Me,
your total
Jamal,
is also
PA,
4?
Hillary.
Okay, I'm going to regret this.
Do you still own them?
No.
Far side,
no.
far side.
Yeah. What did you use them for?
We shot them in the house.
Of course you did.
Into the fireplace. We were stupid. Yeah.
Like
it was
into
fun, though.
the bricks, or did you put wood in there?
We put some plywood back there, and the plywood didn't stop it. Didn't stop
and
the
you're all
bolt.
still alive. None of you have expired via crossbow.
None.
They were bought, not rented.
No, they were bought. Went to Big Five.
Emily, only a sucker rents a crossbow.
Right. Went to Big Five and we bought crossbows. It was awesome.
Oh, you never leave. You buy your crossbows.
Yeah,
This goes with
and
the-
mine had a
three
scope.
times, you
I
make
don't
your
know
money
why.
back.
A scope?
Mine had a scope on it. I don't know why. Right.
Was the fireplace moving?
No, I'm just saying. Come
How
on.
far away from
it was the most
fireplace
stupidest
were you?
thing I could buy, and that's what I bought. Yes.
I would have liked it. I don't.
Can we have a
go...
far side of your stupid purchases
Oh,
as a
sure.
youth?
Oh, we don't have enough time.
Coming up next, the far side. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Choosing the right candidates for any office can be difficult.
My office has lots of drama.
My office has its ups and downs.
I share my office.
But no matter what kind of office you have, one thing's for certain. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology finds the most qualified candidates for your roles fast, and you can invite your top choices to apply. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So, for any kind of office,
I'm really going places in my office.
My office has everything you could ever want.
count on ZipRecruiter to find the right candidates for it. Try ZipRecruiter for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
Don't you love the sounds of the holiday season? The bells, the sleighs. Woohoo! If so, your holiday's now even more magical because now during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, you can take home your favorite Hyundai with some of the season's greatest savings.
Drive away now in the Hyundai Santa Fe with 1.99% APR for 72 months. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end December 2nd. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
One of LA's best kept secrets in the heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment with their trendy spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
Take a sip of sunshine this season with Milagro Tequila. What's up, guys? It's D-Far. Milagro Tequila is made from 100% blue agave, crafted for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Enjoy the freshest margaritas with Milagro Silver, mix up some palomas with Reposado, or simply sip Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Milagro at your favorite retailer, in stores, and online. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila. Milagro Tequila. Must be 21 and over. Please enjoy responsibly.
Inspired by Southern California's laid-back yet active lifestyle, Travis Matthew creates premium men's and women's apparel designed to make you look and feel your best no matter the activity. Now, Travis Matthew brings that same style to USC fans with their first ever collegiate collaboration. Designed with the iconic Cardinal and Gold, this collection carries the tradition and legacy of USC. Gear up for game days and style. New customers get 20% off their first order with code 710 at travismatthew.com. That's code 710. Offer valid online only.
Choosing the right candidates for any office can be difficult.
My office has lots of drama.
My office has its ups and downs.
I share my office.
But no matter what kind of office you have, one thing's for certain. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology finds the most qualified candidates for your roles fast, and you can invite your top choices to apply. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So, for any kind of office,
I'm really going places in my office.
My office has everything you could ever want.
count on ZipRecruiter to find the right candidates for it. Try ZipRecruiter for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far
Let's
side.
Go.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
You know what a menorah is?
Yes.
Okay, when's the first time you saw a menorah?
Probably in school.
What school?
Elementary school.
Elementary school.
They put up the Christmas tree, the menorah, all that kind of stuff.
I don't think I've actually saw a menorah until I left college.
Okay.
Because I'm making a list of like dumb things I bought, and this counts as like me being stupid. Because I thought it was a candle holder.
Well, it is.
Right, but I didn't know it actually had a meaning.
Yeah,
so
yes.
I had this, and I had people come over and like, oh, I didn't know. You didn't know what?
That you were Jewish.
I'm not Jewish. Then why do you have a menorah?
You have a menorah. Yeah.
I don't have a menorah. It's a candle holder. So one of those things. I invested in a Christmas tree farm.
Well, you just liked the look of the menorah?
It was cool. It was an antique.
Candelabra. Or
They're very pretty.
It was an antique store right up the street from my house, and I was like in this antique phase.
How old? You were in college or just after?
This is 95, so second year pro. So this is when I'm starting to decorate my house.
Sure.
So antique store, I bought some antique stuff, bought that, and I didn't know you were Jewish. I'm not. Why do you say that? Menorah. I invested in a tree farm, Christmas tree farm. Yeah.
How did that go?
Not good. Not good.
Okay.
Not
minor loss or one of those?
We'll get into that. It's a whole nother. I'll show you the guy's mugshot. Yes. I had a red Jeep with a surfboard, and I can't surf.
I've heard that story.
That's rookie year, yeah, and it worked. The surfboard thing worked. It really did work.
You were able to surf?
No, I can't surf, but it worked. You know what I'm saying? And the crossbows. But that's a different subject. So the thing I wanted to bring up, the conversation we had pre-show about L.A. fan bases and whatnot. And I had some discussions with people, high-ranking people from across different sports and the country. And they think that L.A. has the worst fans in all 4 major sports.
I would dispute that, but go ahead.
Yeah. And some LA people that are from here kind of chimed in from their respective sports. And you go to more Dodger games than I do.
Okay.
For right now, because I'm going with you from now on.
Okay.
You and Jorge with the nachos and walking with the beer, I'm going.
You're in on that.
I'm in on that.
Toretto's first.
But he said some Dodger fans show up in the second, leave in the 5th, and they could care less what the score is.
Probably accurate.
That's accurate? Okay.
Some. It's not all of them, but there's some like
that.
And
then the basketball contingent, talking about the Lakers, people show up just to be seen.
Sure.
They could care less about the team. I said, I'm not sure about that, but
that's true.
Some of that's true. And then football, we don't have to get into football
I think
much.
We've seen it.
I think so.
Yep.
How do we change that? And here's how I couched it.
You don't.
And they said they were talking about Rams fans. It ultimately landed on Rams fans. And the fact that there's more of the opponent than Rams fans in SoFi sometimes. And they said that we don't have good fans. I said maybe we don't have enough good fans because there are some diehards out there. Have you seen the Melonheads?
Oh, yeah.
Those guys have been around forever, and they're still coming. Yes, they never gave up their fandom, no matter where the team was. So I don't want to say bad fans in relation to the Rams. Maybe just not enough diehards. Is that fair enough to say?
Look, the LA market is unique to itself. It is not like any other markets. It's not a bad sports market. It's not a traditional sports market. There are way too many things going on out here that people do not identify exclusively by their teams. There are diehards, for sure, like you said about the Rams.
Yeah.
There are diehard Dodger fans and Laker fans and Kings fans and Angel fans. There are out there, but it's not all they are. There's lots of different things. There's plenty of those folks, but there's just not only those folks. If you're in Chicago, you are about
You're a Bears fan.
You're about the Blackhawks. And that is your identity is I care for these teams. Here it's like, hey, I root for the Lakers, I surf, I go hiking, I'm in movies, I'm trying to book a commercial, I'm writing a screenplay, I'm this, that, I'm running a business. It's just not how we ID out here. We ID? Cars. We ID traffic.
True.
These are the things that we are preoccupied with here. It's not there are a million diehard Dodger fans. Look at that parade. You can't tell me we don't have fans.
No, you have fans. They're everywhere.
But the point is that it ain't the only thing that we got.
The argument I got into was actually Denver might be a better place for sports fans. I think the actual words were better sports town than Los Angeles.
They're invested differently. But I think Denver's more like L.A. than other places are. Denver's not like Chicago or Milwaukee or Boston or Philadelphia. They're not like that.
Yeah, well, it's hard when you're having that conversation with a Clippers fan and he brings up about Paul George being booed here. And then you see last night, Clay goes back home and gets universally cheered and loved. And
anybody comparing
it's ridiculous.
Paul George and Klay Thompson is getting off to a bad
No
start.
one's taking the Clippers farther than Paul George, right?
No, but that's Paul George.
You're dragging a rock up a hill.
The Clippers and the Warriors are
polar opposites.
It's just like they're
Four rings.
barely in the same league.
Right.
Klay Thompson and Paul George are both great players, but their impact on their respective franchises are trillions of light years apart.
Klay was a co-star next to Draymond, next to Steph. He left. He went to one of your biggest rivals.
He was a headliner. I would not say that he was a co-star. He was one of those three guys for that run shared it equally.
No doubt. He's not the and of the TV show.
He's
you know,
not.
and starring or also starring. He's part of the big three of them.
Yes.
Paul George was the one.
But they don't have a one. They're the Clippers. They have a zero. But they're the Clippers.
He was the one that dragged that zero as far as you can go.
The kid that was the best player on the freshman team doesn't get to date the homecoming queen because that's the quarterback of the varsity. You're doing a different thing over here.
So what are the Clippers in this scenario?
They don't exist.
Oh, they don't exist. They're not the home. Oh, I thought they were the queen.
The Clippers are not a part of this.
DeMarco,
the Clippers don't exist in this universe.
I want you to close your eyes and think about the moment that you think of with Paul George as a Clipper.
I think of failure.
So you don't have a moment.
I see them leaving the floor in defeat.
So that's why
Isn't that
it's
right?
different.
Yeah.
But I don't even think it's that, quite honestly.
Yeah.
It's a what?
Wow. But
it's yeah. And again, they have fans too. There's 20 million people in LA. I know they have fans. Clipper fans are screaming at me right now. I don't care. But
that's part of the problem.
When you are in Los Angeles, and you are playing basketball and it's not on the Lakers, the Lakers could go 1-81, and they're more important and more interesting and more talked about than if the Los Angeles Clippers went and won the NBA championship.
I'm right there with, even if it were true what they said, I don't care, and I'm not going to believe it. I'm not.
Which part?
That LA might have the worst fans.
I don't think that
in sports.
They have the most singular fans. They are not like anywhere else. The only other
I think is the best way I could sum it up.
The only one that's close,
is
Miami. Because
Miami's
Miami's like LA.
You got South Beach down there. Okay,
people want to be seen.
But there's the Dolphins and the Heat.
Well, and they got the Panthers. They got the Marlins. They got everything too. They got college sports. They got the U. They got stuff.
A lot of stuff going on.
There's a lot of, but it's also one of those. I'm looking for the Dolphins. Yeah, sure. Are you gonna go?
Yeah.
Where are we sitting? Like they're a where are we sitting type of crowd.
So maybe it's not the fans. It is the sports town.
I think it's the geography.
It's the geography of it. Okay.
And people coming from other places.
Next time we'll talk about crossbows.
Before we get to crossbows, I have Christmas tree farm questions. These are the things that I need to know about you. How much? Don't have to give me were you okay, I learned my lesson, or was that hey, I need to track that guy down and get my money back?
Kind of both. Yeah, he's in jail.
Okay. I need you to think about this. What was the pitch to get you
I wasn't the only guy you got.
I'm sure you weren't,
yes.
But I need to hear the pitch on how you got bought into a Christmas tree farm. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. This is a better pitch. Pick more, pick less at Prize Picks. That is a much better way to have a little fun and maybe make some money, right? You can win up to 100 times your money at Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You got an NBA game tonight, right? Put the Prize Picks app on your phone, open it up, take a look at LeBron James, see how many points they think he's going to score, and pick more or less. Take a look at all of your favorite sports, whether it's the NBA, whether it's the NHL. Of course, you're going to have NFL football coming up tomorrow night. There's always something to do at Prize Picks, and you can't play if you don't have the app on your phone. So put it on your phone, enter the code 710, and when you enter the code 710, you're going to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. You don't need to win the $5 lineup. You just need to play, and you get $50 instantly to pick more, pick less at Prize Picks. It really is that easy. Prize Picks, run your game.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN. Hey, it's Mace here.
Hey, football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
There we go.
So you're going or not? You getting into the Laker game tonight, or are they going to stop you at the door?
They're going to stop me at the door. I'm going to go to the next home game. I'll watch this one on TV.
Picture of your face at every entrance. Do not let this man into crypto.com.
Crazy. You have to be crazy to try to jump the line these days with like the facial recognition technology and all that stuff.
So when you go into the press box at SoFi now, it's all we still have our credentials that hang around your neck.
Yeah.
But it's all facial. Like, you don't even have to get that close to it. It goes ding, bing. Your name pops up.
That's
and
what I'm saying.
Welcome. It's like, oh boy.
So if that doesn't go off, they're going to know who it is and come after you.
So how did they get your money for a Christmas tree farm?
Okay, so I'm looking up this guy now.
Where are you in your life at this point?
This is second year, going into third, because I had just re-upped my contract.
Okay.
So officially, not to brag, I officially became a millionaire.
Okay.
Right. So now you have to have a place to put it. Right.
Yeah.
So you start listening to people that
Scared
are older
money
than you.
don't make money.
Exactly.
DeMarco.
Well, I mean, you just can't. They told me you just can't put it in the bank. I'm like,
You
why
can,
not?
But it's probably not the best.
That's
place
what I said.
for it.
But why not? You have to invest. Yeah, okay, I don't know anything about it. So you have to hire somebody. So who do I invest? So I start asking veterans.
Good idea.
Right. No, bad idea.
Depends which veterans you ask, I guess.
Right, because veterans got their info from the next guy. They don't know either.
You know who's a good guy to ask?
Who?
The owner.
That'd be great. Yeah, but I couldn't get a hold of Georgia at the time. Right.
Okay.
She probably didn't know my name at the time.
Okay.
But so I asked the next guy, it was Sean Gilbert.
Oh, yeah.
Next guy, hey, who do you invest with? So he gave me this guy's name. So who do you work with? Bill Cosby's on the list. Eric Dickerson's on the list. I think, nope, Key wasn't there yet. But he became a investor with this guy.
Okay.
So at one point, I think it was called Global Sports and Entertainment. It was the largest financial advisor group in sports, period.
Wow.
Yeah, everybody who was anybody was with this guy.
Okay.
First time I'd actually heard the words Ponzi scheme.
Ooh.
Yeah, it came out later.
Yeah.
Right. So we invested in a casino, in this and that, and one of the last ones right before I pulled everything out was a tree farm. Yeah.
Just Christmas trees.
Yeah, we're going into
not like a nursery where you're gonna do a landscape.
A real Christmas tree farm. We're gonna grow Christmas trees, cut them down, and sell them. That's what I was sold on. Yeah,
didn't work out.
Oh, it was working out. The investment was paying off.
That's a Ponzi
I didn't know he was robbing you to pay me.
A Ponzi scheme works right up until it doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was robbing the next rookie.
Yeah, you needed to bring somebody else in.
I did not know that. My fault. So for me, great.
Lesson learned?
Definitely
Did you
lesson learned.
Some free Christmas trees out of the deal?
No.
Oh,
I gave this guy. This is crazy.
You could think of how all the crossbows you could have
I
bought
know.
had you not invested
24
in
years old. You want
Christmas
to talk
trees.
about a cold sweat, middle of the night, wake up, scared to death dream, right?
Yeah.
We talk about nightmares.
Sure.
So I'm 24 years old, and I gave this guy basically $1 million check, invest, and he gave me a fax machine, and I thought that was cool. So it dawned on me at like 2 a.m. I gave him $1 million, and he gave me a
The fax machine was so you could track all of your investments.
That's
and
how we were doing business.
He would send you your dividends via fax machine.
Anything I needed to sign came through this fax machine. I'm like, oh my god, this was terrifying.
So
yeah.
I've heard this before. I've never had the pleasure of needing to do this because I didn't play in the NFL or anywhere else.
Yeah.
The rule I've heard this from other guys in your shoes. when you get that first big check, you hire 2 accountants, you tell each one that the other guy's a crook and make sure he doesn't steal from you. And
I wish you would have been around then.
And never let them meet each other.
Oh, my God. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, I got this guy. I think he's stealing from me. You say the same thing to
the other guy? Yes. See, I wish I would have been that. Yeah. I would have saved myself a few
You wouldn't have gotten a fax machine.
I wouldn't have got a nice fax machine, though.
Was it the guy with the curly paper, or did it at least come out flat?
It came out flat. This was high end.
That was you got a good one.
What did they say? You're liberal until you get your first $1 million. Instant Republican.
Well, I'd like to find out.
Who is FICA, and why am I paying him so much?
They get paid. They get paid.
No doubt.
Some breaking NBA news: San Antonio Spurs coach Greg Popovich reportedly has suffered a mild stroke. That goes back to earlier this month on the 2nd of November. He is expected to make a full recovery, and a timeline for return has not been determined. But we knew that he was having a health issue and reportedly a mild stroke.
Your pantheon of great head coaches, where does he fit?
So I think this is, and I do not like this as a topic because I think it's kind of cheesy and easy and hacky, but the Mount Rushmore thing, right?
Yeah.
The NBA is the only one that's easy.
Okay. Red?
Yep.
Phil?
Yep.
Used to be here. Slick hair.
Riley?
Pat Riley.
Yep.
Pop.
Yep. It's the only one that's easy.
That's it, right? Anybody? Are we missing anyone?
It's the only one that's easy. Now, you can make a case that Steve Kerr is climbing it because he's won a bunch of titles.
Yeah.
But Auerbach, Riley, Jackson, Popovich.
What about Sloan?
No, I mean, sure, good coach, but he's not on those guys' level.
Nelly? No Nelly?
No, it's those guys are the only one that's even kind of let's see what happens next is Kerr.
Okay, so you're going by championships
and just impact on the list. Like Pat Riley was in 3 different places. They were good at all 3 places. Phil Jackson has, 1 trillion titles. Red Auerbach, 1 trillion titles. Greg Popovich made San Antonio good for 20 years.
Yeah, fantastic coach.
Yeah.
Why doesn't Steve Kerr get the love? There are some people that think he's not a good coach.
And by the
Warriors fans that don't think he's a good coach.
What I've never understood about him is that the core of that championship team, those 3 guys that you were just talking about, Curry, Thompson, Green, right? They were there before he got there, and they were not winning.
Right.
He got there, and they did nothing but
win. They became a dynasty. Yeah. And why would you hate Steve Kerr?
Because people
maybe it's Mark Jackson love. That might be it.
So what's going to happen in New England? What's going to happen in New England up front? Because we talked about it all day yesterday about how the Rams' offensive line got pushed around. 3 of the 5 guys in particular had really bad days. You had Nopum had a bad day. You had Jonah Jackson had a bad day. Steve Avila had a bad day.
Yeah.
You run we'll see what happens with Havenstein's health, obviously, at right tackle. But in the middle of that line with your center and your left guard, you running that again because that was a disaster.
You know, I would bet they're going to be better. They got caught flat-footed. They weren't ready to play. Miami's defense was a charged-up defense that's been together forever. So that's game speed versus I'm coming back off injury speed.
Okay.
And it showed.
Fair.
You don't ease into a street fight. You don't ease into a football game, especially mid-season. And that's what that game looked like to me. So I would bet that Steve Avila is going to be better. I would bet that Jackson's going to be better. I hope you get Rob Havenstein back because he's a better right tackle than Joe Noteboom. I think we know this by now, right? That's not speaking out of school. So
no.
I would bet that O-line will be better than it was versus Miami on Monday night.
What if it's not? How long do you continue to do that, knowing that you've got Limmer, knowing that, is it Didich? Didich.
Yes.
That you've got Didich and those guys. Look, those guys aren't going to the Pro Bowl, but they also did not get pushed around like that.
No, they're starters. They're starters from this year, and they've gelled a little bit with the guys that are out there. So give the same group we're talking about, Jackson and Avila, give them time to gel. That line will be better than with Didich.
Let's say end of the first quarter, they're still just getting run over.
Then you start subbing.
You start
subbing. And depending on what happens, if Steve's getting walked back, you sub him out. Put Didich in. You know, he's I wouldn't say he's better, but he's playing better right now.
Right.
If you're having issues and you can't block him in the linebacker, or if you miss time screens and it's just not working offensively, trot Limmer out there and see if it works.
Because
if you see a measurable difference with him on the field, stay there with it.
Yeah, look, this is one of the things that I really respect about the Rams a great deal because I don't think it's common. It's common sense, but I don't think it's common. They will admit that something isn't working and go to the next thing. So often there's a stubbornness to teams like, I gave this guy all this money. He has to be out there. He has to play. The owner, we're playing this guy. Deshaun Watson is a great example of this. Deshaun Watson was awful. And yet he's out there every week because he makes all this money, and everybody knows it's a mistake, but we're just going to keep repeating the same mistake because he got all the money. What do you want us to do? The Rams will pay people. They want performance. They'll try it. But when it starts to be obvious that this is not the answer, they move on.
And you're on a clock with Stafford.
You're absolutely on a clock with Stafford.
You're in win-now mode.
So I give them credit. I get it. Jonah Jackson just got some money in the offseason. You want that investment to bear fruit. You want it to show. But at some point, it's like, we're trying to make the playoffs. We are on a clock with Matthew. I can't just do it because you're making money. It doesn't work. We made a mistake. Let's move on from it. Let's not make another one by continuing to run that guy
I'm not
there.
ready to throw Jackson into the trash heap and say he's a bust. Now, it looks bad because he hasn't played a lot.
We're getting close,
I know,
right?
Because it looks like a bad investment because he hasn't played as much. But I will say this. If he's playing at his max level, he's damn near a Pro Bowler.
Okay.
I can't say that about anybody else.
I hear you. If he continues to play poorly, at some point you got to go I can't wait around for if. I got to go with what it is.
Well,
and if you're not playing or you're playing poorly, I got to play the other guy.
That's why I'm going to give him another week because he's just coming back. So you need to see something better than what you saw. Like I said, the first 16 plays, I don't think he blocked anybody.
I like that they
were
will move
speeds.
on if it doesn't go the right way.
And that's the other thing I guess the backstory to me going nuts about McVay because I've seen what this guy's had to go through offensively, how many guys he's lost, and how much he's had to switch, change philosophies to get something out of an offense. You know what most coaches do? They run the same crap over and over, regardless of personnel, and they get their heads beaten in. At least he's trying with the personnel group he has.
Or you could be the Colts, and you could say, hey, we're going to go with this guy. Oh, no, this guy now.
And then back to the original guy.
Yeah, it's been through that. That's I hate the quarterback washing machine.
Well, that's happening a little bit in Chicago right now. Obviously, Caleb Williams was great here at SC, Heisman Trophy winner, #1 overall draft pick, but it's half a season of his first year. So I understand that this is way premature, but this is feeling a lot like a lot of those other SC quarterbacks where it's like, hey, wait, this is not working either. Like we've seen it happen a lot. Take me through when you're on a team that has a kid quarterback that is trying to figure out his way in the toughest league in the world while you're still trying to do your job. You're still trying to win games. You've been around the block a few times. You know it's not going right. You know that maybe there might be somebody. That's got to be an incredibly complicated dynamic.
It sucked. The only time I went through it was Tony Banks was our quarterback, and he was not ready for prime time. And they kept trying to trot him out. And I don't want to say he was the reason we were losing, but he was overwhelmed.
Yeah.
He was a black kid from Michigan State, and our OC was a Southerner that they just couldn't really speak together, right?
Sure.
So, and we weren't a very good football team. So I would beg Rich Brooks at the time to take him out and put Steve Bono in, because at least he wouldn't lose the game for us.
Bono had been around a while.
Bono had been around. He knows how to win games. He knows how to at least manage a football game. This guy's still learning. It is frustrating. You have to commute to work, just like we all do. We have to get here on time. Imagine if you trusted your commute to a kid who just got his driver's license in LA traffic. I got to get to work.
We'd be late a lot.
He's scared to death. He's still learning. I got to get to work, man.
Yeah, you got different timelines, right?
Yes.
That I want to win in this league. This kid has got a long runway ahead of him. And that's why – and once they're in, you can't really bench them, right?
No.
Once Caleb Williams took the opening snap of week one, he's your barring injury.
Unless he's completely overwhelmed. Unless he's completely overwhelmed.
He looks like he's struggling, but he does not look completely overwhelmed. He looks like he's struggling.
I'm not with him during the week. I don't know how he practices, but if he looks bad, if he's depressed, if he looks like this is too much for him, then it might be time to yank him out just for the rest of us.
Yeah.
And put someone else in that's a veteran that can handle this.
The Bears are very unlikely to go to the playoffs. There's a lot of traffic on the road ahead of them. They're not playing particularly well. I understand for the rest of you guys, and you got, 54 guys on a team.
Yeah.
And you can't have one guy be more important than the other 53 unless the one guy is my one shot to be good next year or the year after that or the year after that. So I may need to continue to develop him.
Everybody in Chicago, everybody that's connected to the Chicago Bears, save for Kevin Warren, the guy at the top.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams is the only one guaranteed to come back next year.
And that's why you got to keep running him out there, right?
Well, or
unless you think it's going to destroy,
you can afford to sit him because he's going to be back. He's got a future. The rest of us are on a clock.
His confidence.
It might.
But your clock, quite frankly, is not as important as his clock.
You could save the kid from himself, too. You may need to step back and learn a little bit.
It doesn't happen very often. Once they're in, they tend to stay in until it's way too late.
That's why when they say, let's dump your veteran and go get a rookie, I'm like, do you know what you're really asking?
All right. Well, you just asked an important question because every single thing I read about the Rams beyond 2024, I keep saying, well, Matthew Stafford is wait, slow down. Hold on. What? Wait, we're really? It's over already? Let's do that coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Let's talk about our pal, Joseph S. Normand. If you're hurt in an accident, let me make this as simple and as clean as we can. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand are your first call after an accident. 213-747-2000. It was the first call I made after my own flesh and blood. My son, Bobby, was in an accident. I called Joe.
They're going to help you get the medical attention you deserve and the maximum compensation, like you said, and they treat you like family. Look, accidents, when they happen, they're devastating. The recovery process, it's really, really hard, and don't face it alone. Insurance companies don't care
Not
about
on your
you.
Side.
Can I say that? They don't care about you?
They care about the insurance company.
They care about the insurance company. So call a friend, call family, call Joseph S. Normand.
They're going to come at you fast. You know, the insurance companies from your side, their side, everybody's side. They just want to get it done so you don't talk to an expert. Talk to an expert. Call the offices of Joseph S. Normand. 213-747-2000 and normandlegal.com.
213-747-2000 and tell them Travis and DeMarco sent you.
Yes, sir.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Gear up and get out to Kelsey's at Pachanga, the top spot in the Temecula Valley to watch all the Monday Night Football action. Dozens of TVs means all your favorite games, plus a M&F food menu fit for the greatest fans. Sliders, loaded tater tots, pulled pork pizza, and a lot more. Plus, you'll find beers on tap and incredible craft cocktails at Kelsey's. Visit Pachanga.com and follow at Pachanga Casino on Instagram for info about special and exclusive NFL team appearances. We'll see you at Kelsey's at Pachanga.
Don't you love the sounds of the holiday season? The bells, the sleighs. Woohoo! If so, your holiday's now even more magical because now during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, you can take home your favorite Hyundai with some of the season's greatest savings.
Drive away now in the Hyundai Santa Fe with 1.99% APR for 72 months. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end December 2nd. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Inspired by Southern California's laid-back yet active lifestyle, Travis Matthew creates premium men's and women's apparel designed to make you look and feel your best no matter the activity. Now, Travis Matthew brings that same style to USC fans with their first ever collegiate collaboration. Designed with the iconic cardinal and gold, this collection carries the tradition and legacy of USC. Gear up for game days and style. New customers get 20% off their first order with code 710 at travismatthew.com. That's code 710. Offer valid online only.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforming-LAX. That's flylax.com/transforming-LAX.
Want to have more fun watching the NBA? Play Sleeper Picks. Download the Sleeper app today and pick more or less on at least two players' projected stats, points, rebounds, assists, and more. If you're right, you can win up to 100 times your cash. Sleeper has a special offer for NBA tip-off. Your first deposit will be matched 100% up to $1,500. Use code 710, and your first deposit up to $1,500 will be matched. That's code 710. Must be at least 18 years old. Promo code location and other restrictions apply. See terms of use for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-426-2537 for help.
Take a sip of sunshine this season with Milagro Tequila. What's up, guys? It's D-Far. Milagro Tequila is made from 100% blue agave, crafted for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Enjoy the freshest margaritas with Milagro Silver, mix up some palomas with Reposado, or simply sip Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Milagro at your favorite retailer, in stores, and online. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila. Milagro Tequila. Must be 21 and over. Please enjoy responsibly.
FX's English teacher.
Every single one of these essays is so bad.
An F? What is this?
With grades like this, I'm gonna have to hit the corner, sir.
From executive producers of What We Do in the Shadows.
Who's running the school? Is it us or is it them?
Them.
Go sit next to Tiffany.
She told me it was offensive to learn Mandarin because you're not Japanese.
FX's English teacher is now streaming on Hulu. All new Mondays on FX.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
On October 21st, 2006, Michigan State found themselves down 38-3 with less than 10 minutes to go in the third quarter, and they made that initial deficit like it never even happened, scoring 38 straight points to win 41-38.
Incomplete. The ball game is over. The Michigan State Spartans in one of the greatest comebacks in Michigan State football history.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
I noticed, same song.
Yes.
Right?
Remember the Dennis Miller Show?
I do.
This is how it opened.
Oh, was it really?
This was the song, yes. I love the first line. Welcome to your life. There's no turning back.
Wow.
Isn't that a great line?
Kind of true.
Right.
Kind of stuck with it.
Love it.
You're going to get what you get.
That's it.
Keep your head
make
down.
of it.
Right.
You're born looking like your parents. You die looking like your choices.
I like that.
Right.
I like that. So I'm going to die looking like a double-double animal style?
There you go. Yeah. Yes, sir.
By the way, I need to revisit that. I haven't had that in a while.
A double-double?
Yeah.
Animal style?
Yeah, double-double, period.
Yeah.
Have you had a Flying Dutchman?
I have had one in the past, but not recently.
What is a Flying Dutchman?
That's just the patties.
No, it's the whole grilled onions on the as the bun.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
So
You're
instead
right.
of a bun,
Oh,
it's a
the
whole grilled
onions.
onions.
I have seen that. Okay, yes.
Sometimes you go with the raw and the grilled. So if you're really kind of in an oniony mood and you're not worried about being near anybody later that day.
I may have to put this whole meatless thing on pause for a while. I mean, that just sounds really good.
What would happen if you just decided today, you know what? I'm going all in.
I would go all in.
Yeah.
I would.
Would you feel like you want to curl up into a ball
I
and
don't
die?
know, but I'm willing to find out what that feels like. I just want to go to In-N-Out one more time. Huh?
Let's go to Chili's.
Let's go to Chili's.
Hey
Get the nachos.
If I win, that may be where we're going for our
Chili's?
dinner. Yeah, Chili's.
We're going to
Chili's or Benihana are my two choices.
Oh my God,
By the way,
Benihana.
I'm good with
Yes.
both of those.
Yes.
Those both sound great.
Yes.
I'm 100% in on that. What do I have to wear? Because it's going to
Well,
be me.
It depends on which location we go.
Okay, let's assume Benihana at this point.
If it's Benihana, okay, we're giving a little away. There's still like some thinking going on because I don't know if I won
Are
or
you
not.
conceding
But
already?
I'm
No,
thinking,
but I'm significantly
you're prepared.
behind.
Either
Okay,
way,
yeah.
I want you to dress up like the workers there. Like I want. So if we go to Chili's,
Is
I'm
that
gonna
not cultural appropriation?
No, there are white guys that work at Benihana.
Okay.
You guys you look like a chef.
Okay.
Oh my
And then
God.
if you do Chili's, I want you to dress up like a Chili's employee.
That's like just jeans and a flannel shirt,
Well,
right?
then I'm gonna get you need to get yourself some chili branded merch. Yeah.
Wow.
And besides, the Benihana's by my place. It's Raza making the stuff for you.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I just don't want to be, like, dude, no. I just don't want to be that guy.
I think you'll be fine.
Why is everything I read, DeMarco, when we, like, for instance, I'll use this as an example. Dan Graziano was talking about where Sam Darnold may end up moving forward. And, talking about this team, they could be here, he could be there. And then the Rams got mentioned as a possible destination because he's familiar with
Sam Darnold here?
Yeah, but the Darnold part is not as interesting to me because the reason that it's mentioned because he knows Shanahan, he knows Kevin O'Connell, like he's familiar with the stuff that the Rams would run because it's similar to what's being run.
He's an LA kid.
Makes sense to me. Do I just need to wrap my head around the fact that Matthew Stafford's not going to be on this team next year? Because every single thing that I've read is, well, when Matthew Stafford is no longer a part of the Rams, and they're talking about next season.
Yeah. When did you graduate from high school?
89.
Okay, he was born in 88.
Okay.
I mean, it's been a while. He's getting up there. I mean, and he's paid a lot of money.
He's still pretty good.
He's on the wrong end of NFL economics. You know this. And
Okay.
he's supremely talented. If he wasn't this talented, he would have been gone already.
Yeah.
You know this. You don't want to pay big money to an aging quarterback. So the smart money is you're probably going to start over at that position tomorrow, next year.
Next season,
or have a bridge guy. That's
Doesn't
cheaper.
that back you way, way up in your, like, let's use the window, right?
Yeah.
Like with Matthew Stafford, Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, like the window is open, right? We're going for, we got good players at the most important positions. Let's give it a shot. Without him there, doesn't that window really maybe not slam shut, but doesn't the opening in the window get really narrow if you have a bridge or a new quarterback?
Depending on who you have at quarterback, yes, it factors in. And what are you doing with the rest of the money? If you get me more Jared Verses and Braden Fisks or some offensive linemen, some premium guys in the draft or in free agency that don't cost as much as quarterbacks but have similar impact, could change your offense.
Does anybody have a similar impact to a quarterback? I understand that there's
Williams
impact.
Types. Yeah, Trent Williams. What's the guy? Zach Martin.
TJ Watt, maybe.
A good edge guy. But on the offensive line, those dudes, they can change your offense. They could make your run game go. They can make your quarterback less important.
I'm going through my head of the last, and I'll probably forget one or two. I'm going through my head of Super Bowl champions over the last 25 years or so, and there's a couple, but there aren't many that had quarterbacks that were somewhere that were just okay. They're almost all really, really
all
good.
All elite.
Yes.
All elite to win it, to be in the hunt.
In the hunt's a little different.
There's some credible guys that aren't great quarterbacks that, like Kirk Cousins types. A guy that can get you to the playoffs. He's not horrible. He's not great.
But you don't see many Kirk Cousins go on runs.
What about Matt Ryan?
Okay.
That type.
He didn't win, and B, basically had one run.
And he was the MVP that season.
Yeah. And you may get a Lamar Jackson. You never know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
but Lamar's special.
Yeah.
But I've always had this philosophy when it comes, and maybe it's just because I'm a Rams fan and I want this to be true. It could just be totally Rams-colored glasses that I'm looking through right now. Stafford and McVay, I got a shot. Stafford and McVay and the other pieces have to at least be good enough.
Yeah.
You can't just have Stafford and McVay and a bunch of garbage. You need good players other places, but Stafford and McVay gives me a head start on all of this.
True.
McVay plus quarterback X, I don't know. We saw what it looked like with some of these other guys. We saw what it looked like with Mayfield. I saw him make Jared Goff better. For sure.
Jared Goff has a certain skill set that's basically your backup style. He's not very mobile. He runs your offense, and that's that.
I agree with you on that, but he also was the first pick in the draft. He's a pretty talented guy, and he's pretty damn good.
But athleticism-wise and tools and whatnot, I mean, it's a guy that you can make better.
But you look around at who would be available short-term. Like, just look at the Rams. Like, Jimmy Garoppolo he's kind of the archetype of what you're going to get in that middle ground.
Yeah.
Right?
I wouldn't mind seeing what you got in Jimmy. I mean, that would mean something bad for Stafford, but
I want to see that the season goes in a certain direction.
But I would love to see what happens if Garoppolo actually took starts running McVay's offense. Because this is going way back with Kurt Warner and Mark Bulger. Was Mark Bulger a better quarterback than Kurt Warner? No, not in a million years. He was just healthier. He was just younger. And they took off, and they still were the best offense in the league. They were even better with Mark Bulger as a quarterback. So who knows? I would love to see it, but that would come at the expense of Matthew Stafford, and I don't want that.
I don't want it
Your
either.
best chance to win is him.
You know what my silver lining is? This is what I keep telling myself when I start thinking that this is a reality. I still haven't gotten there yet. I still want him to come back.
I know LA would be happy if Garoppolo was a starter. He's single, he's hot. Come on.
Certain demographics would be very happy about Jimmy Garoppolo.
That might fix the SoFi fan base thing.
It certainly wouldn't hurt.
Look.
Certainly wouldn't hurt. Goff, number 1 overall pick, and this next guy I'm about to mention was as well, but this is a guy that I think is better than average, but not special in the sense like Matthew Stafford, the arm talent, all that stuff. A really mediocre Rams team went 2-3 with Baker Mayfield as their quarterback with basically no time to get him ready. Right? He just showed up for the last part of the season. He played 5 games. He won 2. He lost 3. Okay? For a team that only won 3 other games out of the other 12. They were 3-9 with the other guys, and they went 2-3 with him. If he can do that with no prep with Baker Mayfield, who's not anything other than the number 1 overall
starter,
pick.
Man.
He's a starter. But if that's what you can take with pretty good and turn it into a guy that can win with that team had no other help going on. The O-line was bad. The weapons weren't there. Nothing was really popping with that group. That's the part that makes it go, okay, whoever is next, at least let's see what it looks like.
I don't dislike the Sam Darnold coming here if that's what happens. If Matthew Stafford decides to retire, and would you keep playing if you're Matthew Stafford?
I would. He's still pretty good.
He is really good. He's
and
really good.
If
But
somebody
what else
wants
do you
to
have to
scratch you a check for $40 million, I'm playing.
But depends on who that is. If you're Matthew Stafford, you want to go to a
they got to be a good team,
a Super Bowl ready team now, and they have to have the ability to pay him.
Yeah,
he's not coming cheap.
There's probably not a ton of options to what you're describing, but if there were one, I would take it.
And TV seems to like him. How'd you think he did on TV?
I'll be honest, I didn't see it.
Yeah, how'd you think he did?
Fine.
Yeah, he fit in right.
Not great, but not fine. But like also the studio stuff is, you can be fine. And
I'd love to see him call games. The
quarterback's
guy's a savant. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I am officially a member of the Sam Darnold fan club. I San Clemente High School, local guy, was terrific at SC, put on a show at the Rose Bowl. It was great. I think he's tough. I think he's competitive, all these things. And I kept waiting for him to get an opportunity to thrive in the NFL. And we got a little bit of a glimpse of it earlier this season in Minnesota. But I think Sam Darnold at best, is a slightly below average NFL quarterback.
32nd quarterback?
Yeah, somewhere in the high 20s to 30s.
Yeah.
And I don't need to go through a full season of trying to make that go. I think we've got our answer on that.
I mean, like I said, with Garoppolo, with Sam Darnold, I would love to see what he would do in this offense. And with the money you'd save, you can get other weapons. You can get younger at different places. You can get faster at certain areas. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I want quarterbacks.
Look,
I'm a fan, right?
Yeah.
Like I you know more about like the football-ness of it all.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I so rarely see a team with a mediocre quarterback that's really good. It's just really super.
What if
rare.
I gave you a Marvin Harrison Jr. type? What if I gave you a
Romo
Dunze type?
If Bryce Perkins is throwing him the ball, or
not a Sam Darnold throwing to him.
I mean, he's got Justin Jefferson
a mid-level
right now.
quarterback and elite level receiving.
Are we not seeing that in Minnesota? I mean, Justin Jefferson's the best there is.
Yeah,
and he has Jordan Addison, who's also very good.
Yeah, and they're okay. They're not
horrible.
No, they're not horrible.
And
but
O'Connell's a good coach. He's a great coach.
Are you scared of them? I'm not.
And they have a great defense.
I respect them.
I do too.
And I respect their system.
I do too, but I'm not scared of them the way that you're scared of the Chiefs, the Lions, the Steelers, the Ravens.
Wait. When you say the Lions, you don't mean just Jared. You mean the entire unit, right?
No, what I'm saying, but
when you say Kansas City, I'm afraid of Mahomes.
I am too. But Jared Goff, instead of being, the Lions got this guy. They've got Amon-Ra St. Brown. They've got Jahmyr Gibbs. Whoever, throw them all in there. The defense. Aiden Hutchinson, I know he's hurt, but Goff is not that. Yeah, but they got Goff. He's going to blow it. It's not that.
No.
It's not that. They are
but he's not Achilles either.
No. Yeah. And then there's the Lamar of it all, which is like, okay. Like Josh Allen, he walks out there like, oh, boy.
Yeah, I definitely respect and afraid of him. That guy will beat you. Yes.
You get him and the Niners in
back-to-back
leagues.
But I would take Sean McVay with a mid-level guy and expect him to win 10, 12 games with it.
12 games is a lot of games.
I know. I've seen it done before.
I guess
he's not winning 12 games with Matthew
Stafford. I was just going to say, right now is the counter to that.
Okay, but give him the same squad that Detroit has.
The flip is that he would not have the money that's going to Stafford. You'd be able to sprinkle that money other places.
Yes.
Let's just get an all-pro quarterback. I like that better.
You got one.
Factor Cap is coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. All-pro truck is what I have. A Silverado from Rotolo Chevrolet, DeMarco, where they've won Dealer of the Year 13 years in a row. Going to get to see my pals at Rotolo Chevrolet a week from Friday. We're going to go out and see them at Legends Attic again, and it's going to be great because they're just great folks. They're just great people that make sure that you get exactly what you want. You're looking at a Chevy car truck. You're looking at one of those great new Silverados. You're looking at one of the Hummers, whatever it may be, right? Get yourself to Rotolo Chevrolet, ROTOLO, RotoloChevy.com online. If you don't live in the Fontana area, the 909, the IE, if you're not out that way, you can go online, RotoloChevy.com. But I really would suggest that you go on in, right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit, and take a look at what they got. Make sure that they give you the opportunity to experience that customer service that's won them Dealer of the Year 13 years in a row. From the very top at Mike Capozio, all the way down to when you walk on that lot, they're going to make you feel great about your purchase at Rotolo Chevrolet. When you go in or go online at RotoloChevy.com, make sure you tell them that Travis sent you.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland is next after Travis and DeMarco.
I'm great with the crisis. That's the reason
You're
why
calm.
I'm super
Cool, calm, and collected.
When everything's falling apart, I'm the one that holds it all together.
You
If you came up in the ambulance, I'd be like, please get me somebody else.
Oh my God. Okay, wait.
I'll take the next one.
I'm fine.
I'm dying.
Just get
but
me a
the
different
next
guy.
one.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hon, I was doing our bills today and noticed something quite alarming. We're paying a ton of interest on our credit cards. We owe $20,000 on one with a rate of 24 and $15,000 on another with a rate of 29. The rate calculation is buried in the fine print.
Bob and Liz at the office told me they had the same issue, so they called the loan exchange. Bob refinanced and paid off $50,000 in credit cards, and Liz got a home equity line and paid off $30,000.
That makes sense. I'll call the loan exchange and get rid of these ridiculous credit card rates.
17 days later.
Hon, we closed with the loan exchange today, and I found out the interest in our refi is tax deductible. I can't believe we didn't do this sooner. Every day we were lighting money on fire by paying those crazy credit card rates.
Call the Loan Exchange at 855-752-9944 or go to theloanexchange.com. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. That's 855-752-9944 or theloanexchange.com.
Hey, football fans, what's better than cheering on your team with an ice-cold glass of Stella Rosa in hand? How about scoring the ultimate experience at the biggest college football game of the season with an ice-cold Stella Rosa in hand? That's right, Stella Rosa is giving you the chance to win 2 tickets, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. So what are you waiting for? Head to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter today, courtesy of Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Celebrate responsibly, must be 21 or older to enter.
Hear that? The relaxing sound of ambient music in a yoga class. And if you were here, you'd listen to 15 people taking a deep breath in sync. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. So if you ride, get a quote today and see if you could save with Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. And find inner peace with a different pose called Pawns on Handlebars. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Shop Dell Technologies' Black Friday event for their lowest prices of the year. The future is on sale today with limited time deals on select PCs like the XPS 16 that accelerate AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. Black Friday is their biggest sale of the year and the best time to upgrade, but it's only here for a limited time. Shop now at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now. Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Thanks, Joe.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Hi, guys.
Annyeong.
Hi.
Is
I'm
that Korean?
That's Korean.
Okay.
I'm unnaturally excited about taking a train over the holidays. I'm using Amtrak to get from D.C. to New York City, and I like train travel. It's so fun to me. I'm sure when I'm on the train and I'm crowded and it's hot, it might be not as fun, but I like looking out the window, watching the cities go by.
If the train isn't crowded,
yeah,
it's super chill.
It will be the holidays, so it will be crowded.
That's
but
less chill.
but it's still
Yeah.
fun.
Have you tried the Ted Williams on the train?
What's the Ted Williams?
You cover one eye and you try to track things with the other eye. That's how he trained his eye to be
I-
better.
I've
You never heard that before?
No,
oh, yeah.
that's
That's
a
how
new
he
one.
trained his eye to see fastballs. Yeah.
Really?
Try it one time. It's interesting.
I can't remember the last time I was on a train, but they are fun. You have a little cooler next to you?
Yeah.
Probably not, but I might have a drink. Yeah.
Okay.
A
Cooler.
drink?
Well, I'm going to New
You're
York
on the
City.
train.
I'm not
That's
toting
it.
around a cooler.
Oh.
Well, no, I'm not
walking
saying
around New
that
York
you bring
City.
like a Yeti that'll hold, a 50 rack. I'm saying you get one of those little backpacks and you put a couple of cans of
There
your
you go.
favorite thing in there.
I'm not going to do that, but good suggestion.
Boo.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
thought you
so,
liked to have a good time. I'm so disappointed.
You've moved down the list. Yeah.
So, in the year of our Lord 2024, John Krasinski was named People's Sexiest Man Alive.
Really?
It's not 2010, guys. It's not even 2006. Let's not name John Krasinski the sexiest man alive. Whatever. But there are rumors, quote-unquote, blind items that people said no to this. So, like, in the past, well, people say that Glenn Powell said no. In the past, I know Pedro Pascal has said no. Jason Momoa has said no. There are people that have
Momoa
been,
said no. Oh.
like, anointed as the presumed sexiest man alive that don't end up being picked because they say no to People, the magazine. So, you know why someone would say no to being the sexiest man alive. Travis, Factor, Cap.
Cap. I mean, obviously, if all the people that you just mentioned, Em, have said no to it, there must be some reason to avoid it. If it were just one person, it's just one person's weird deal. But
Right.
if it's multiple people, maybe there's something that I'm not. I mean, you want to put me on there? Sure, knock yourself out. I don't see the downside to this. No, it's Cap for me.
All right, DeMarco.
Who's the sexiest woman alive? Do they do that?
They had the most
I don't know.
beautiful. They used to do that.
They have, like, SI.
Yeah.
The swimsuit?
I don't know.
Oh,
dude.
whatever. I just wow.
The answer
I
is
would
Jennifer
go.
Connelly, by the way.
Is it? It's always Jennifer Connelly for you. I would go fact that I could see why people would turn it down.
Why?
Because you can't have a bad day. You can't just go out to 7-Eleven in sweats without shaving. I mean, it factors in. It factors into everything you do. You have to be the sexiest man alive every day of your life.
Isn't it like the Supreme Court that once you've been named to it, they can't kick you off? Like, once I've been a sexiest man alive, I could show up.
They can't take it back, but it's just you have to live up to it every day.
Well, you don't have to.
Well, I think probably you do. If you're the sexiest man alive, you can't.
I'm gonna get everything right where it needs to be. Get my crown, and then I'm going to.
You can't have nacho cheese on the front of your shirt. You know what I'm saying? Just no.
Watch me.
I'm gonna go Cap. I don't know why somebody wouldn't be on it, but is there something like the Madden curse? They say that if you make the cover,
yeah.
the next season's.
Do you
gonna
know?
be,
I don't think that would be a curse.
The logic behind saying no.
So I know Pedro Pascal said no because it was during the writer's strike and he didn't want to cross the line because people would have to write anyway. So that's one thing. But I don't know about the other guys. Maybe it's like you don't want to work with the People magazine. I don't know. I have no idea why. So I didn't know if you guys had any guesses.
You maybe get more work out of it. I'm sure. You're the sexiest man alive.
I know magazines aren't what they used to be, but being on the cover of People magazine, I would assume
I
is
would
pretty
put
big
that
deal.
on my resume.
Heck
Also,
yeah.
a lot of times this gets bought. It's like, yeah. So the sexiest man alive is not because he's been deemed the sexiest; it's because he
wasn't
both
a vote?
is sexy and
Yeah.
he
FHM
sent him a lot of money.
had the sexiest woman alive, and it stopped in 2017.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I think magazines stopped in
Gal
2017.
Gadot was the last sexiest woman alive. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's some reasons, but behind that.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
So Caitlin works for the Rams. And her and I will talk before games, typically at home games, and, just, hey, how's it going? Like, how you feel about this game today? And both her and I had, like, there's something in the air on Monday night. I was like, there's, like, either it's, like, we felt weird, there was some sort of intuition thing that it just was not going to be the Rams night. And it had nothing to do with play. It had nothing to do with the matchups. It's just, like, I felt a weird energy in the air. So I call that a little bit of intuition, like a little bit of, like, a reading of senses. So you trust your intuition. DeMarco, Factor, Cap.
Oh, fact, definitely. You could tell when upsets are in the air. It usually starts with college football. Something happens, somebody gets upset. Remember when App State beat Michigan?
Sure.
That upset everything for the rest of the weekend. It just makes the underdog believe they can do it, and it scares the bejesus out of the favored teams, and things change. So, yeah, I felt something going on Monday night. You can feel it.
We all did. We were
Yeah.
talking about it the whole week leading
Yeah.
up to it. Like, hey, this game is not a 2-6. Everybody felt it.
But it's not
good.
because they were
Yeah.
2-6 team. I just felt like the energy.
Yes. Yes.
Travis, what about you?
A fact. It's 100%. We are all have this little piece of our brain that is still lizard primate, just very gut reaction. This doesn't feel
Danger,
right.
danger,
danger,
danger. Yeah.
danger. And it's sometimes it's off, but it's frequently on. And that's that thing. Like sometimes
Spidey sense. Yeah.
Spidey, you get that vibe. That's something about that. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, don't be that person. Don't do that. But your brain is sensing, picking up something that's telling you that's trouble. You're walking through the woods by yourself and you feel like something's watching you. Guess what? Something probably is.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You're probably picking up on some things. So 100% fact for me.
Jorge?
Yep, absolutely. Especially with kids like that, that increases. And then even with some of Brenda's people around Brenda.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that one. I don't know. And
Oh,
sure
you sense
enough-
bad folks?
bro.
Yeah, yeah.
And I bet you're right
Yeah.
way more than you're wrong.
Yep.
Of course.
Yep.
And if you're wrong, who cares? But if you're right,
Oh,
You
wow.
saved a bunch. Yeah.
I told you so.
so I will frequent the Century City Mall because it has nice AMC with a lot of showings, and so I'll go there sometimes to see.
Does
a movie.
Draft House know that you're cheating on them?
They are aware, and I've told them have an IMAX, and then I'll go see you guys. But anyway, it's close to my house. I find that place unbearably overwhelming. Like, I just am so overstimulated, and there are so many people. So many people don't know where they're supposed to go. A lot of tourists. It's just a necessity. They have to go to this place. So there is a place in LA that is overwhelming, but you have to go to it. And I'm not talking about the freeways. A place. Jorge, fact or cap?
Yes.
Place that's overwhelming. Okay.
Yeah.
Like Costco on a Sunday.
Oh my
Like,
God.
you have to go to this place, but
Okay,
it's
so
overwhelming.
this happens,
Yeah.
and I learned this from Travis. Travis, we got invited to a game here and there. It's at night,
Mhm.
and then you said, you know what, the fact that I have to go home and then come back and then possibly be stuck in traffic for 2 hours
Yep.
trying to get out of that place, Dodger Stadium. Like, when you get invited to that, we had to park in the street.
Yep.
We parked, and it was the best.
We walked for a half an
Yeah.
hour to avoid that.
So that's one of those places where you're like, if I get invited, okay, yeah, like, are you picking me up? But like, what's the driving situation like? Or I don't want to be stuck in there for 2 hours.
Travis?
It's fact, and I'll be honest. The Century City Mall might be the answer to this question. I'm not over there a ton, but just enough to where when I know I have to be on that side of town and I have to be over near that thing. First of all, you can never remember where you parked. You never know where
Yeah.
you come in or out of the
I mean,
entire
I do because I'm not
thing.
old. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not kidding you. That place is a maze to me. I
It is.
cannot figure my way in or out of that
Some
spot.
people love it, and I'm just like,
Well, there's a lot of cool stuff there.
Yeah, and
there's
it's
things that you
clean.
want. It's clean, but yeah, no. And the other one is an airport. It's not that I
Yeah.
don't know where I'm going, but it's one of these, I don't want to go to
you're just
LAX.
overwhelmed.
Like, you want me to go to Burbank? Done. You need me to go to John Wayne? No problem. Hey, I need you to shoot through LAX real quick. Oh,
No
crap.
such thing.
Construction all the time.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the good news about the construction is it's only been going on every day for 50 years. so that's exciting.
Right.
They'll get it solved by the Olympics,
Uh-huh.
right? Yeah. DeMarco, what do you think?
You took I had airports one, freeways. Yeah, freeways always suck, and they're overwhelming, and everybody has to use it. And school events.
Oh,
Remember those? The
School pickup is overwhelming.
It is. It's a mess, and somebody always messes
Drop
it up.
off to the north, pick up from the south.
Right. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Yeah, I know.
I have a sign, bro. To pick up, I have a sign with her name on it. That's how bad
Yeah,
it is.
we all
What are you,
do.
limo
somebody,
driver?
Somebody always
Yes,
messes
really.
it
The
up.
girl I pick up from school, there is no organization to this pickup. I'm not going to say the school, but it's
Then they're doing it wrong. Because
There's
usually
zero.
it's a little complicated, but once you get it, it actually flows
Yeah.
pretty good. But if it's
Our-
just a free for
Our
all,
stop-go officer is this Irish woman, like from Ireland, and she is so funny when somebody messes up.
she barks at
Oh
them, I
my
bet.
God, she goes at him big time.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
would like her. I bet she has the what do you call that? The cooler.
Oh,
I bet. Yeah. You would
By
like
the
her.
way, Emily, I'm taking it a little personally that you put Costco on a Costco on a Sunday is when you go.
but it's
Really?
it's a lot of people.
It's like 60 sample carts set up.
You're
That's
going
because
for the
there's
food.
thousands of people
No, it's
trying to go.
it's crazy, and especially now, holidays, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. You can't turn around where somebody's not jamming a meatball in
This
your
is
hand.
true. Yeah.
Hey, you want a meatball? Yeah, I do. Hey, you want half a burrito? Yes. You want a piece of a hot dog? Yes. You want a piece of smoked salmon ham sandwich? Yes, yes, yes.
I think I still have half of that flat of chili I bought.
Oh.
Yeah, the 18 can flat that you brought. I still have like 4 cans from 3 years ago.
You'll be fine. Open it tonight and put it in your tacos. It'll all be good. Factor Cap.
Go ahead.
Go now.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
Me first?
You first.
Okay. Factor Cap's brought to you by the law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Family always comes first with Joe. Call 213-747-2000. That again is the law offices of Joseph S. Normand. 213-747-2000 or normandlegal.com.
Caitlin Clark is playing golf today.
Let's talk about her. Did you see that? She almost took someone's head off the other day.
Did she really?
Oh, yeah.
Playing golf?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know this.
It's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station.
Hey, football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
Struck out by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation that you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team hit it out of the park for you. Trojan fans, want to go to the USC-UCLA rivalry game at the Rose Bowl? Just grab an icy cold Coors Light and visit CoorsLight.com/college football. Enter the keyword SCORE, and you got a shot to win your tickets to the game. It's all thanks to our great friends at Coors Light, the official beer of college football and proud partner of the USC Trojans on ESPN LA.
No purchase necessary. Starts 8/1/24. Ends 1/21/25 at 11:59 p.m. CT. Must be legal residents of 50 USDC, 21 years of age or older. Void where prohibited. Use keyword to get entries for keyword prizes. See official rules at www.CoorsLight.com/college football for entry instructions, keywords, odds, prices, and restrictions. Sponsor Molson Coors Beverage Company, USA, LLC. 250 South Wacker Drive, Chicago, Illinois, USA, 60606.
Hey, it's Travis here for Prize Picks. You know Prize Picks by now, right? Pick more, pick less. It really is that easy. Why not take what is some of the best times of the year? You got baseball, basketball, football, hockey, everything you can think of, and make it even better with Prize Picks. All you have to do is pick more or less. And right now, you can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. There's a reason that Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy so that your lineups stay in play even if one of your favorite players gets injured. And if your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup alive. So why not join Prize Picks? It is the absolute best place to get real money sports action. Join over 10 million users, including me, and sign up today. Put in that promo code 710 when you sign up, and you're going to get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Let's bring the nail gun over here.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
You know this is your fault.
I love this. Thank you, Jorge. It's a great song.
Three times? 4 times?
Yes.
And many more to come.
You're making fun of me during the break.
Your golf?
Yeah.
I was not making fun of you. I wanted to see you do that again. You look like a completely different person when you were addressing a ball, like your phantom golf swing.
Yeah.
You look like a completely different dude. And I respect that.
Better or worse?
No, it's like your game face.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's your normal face, your game face. When you did that, I'm like, I don't even know that guy right there.
There's only a handful of things that I'm fairly certain that I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Golf is one of them.
Well, not. I just know that I know my skill level, and I know that I'm going to get the ball.
You're comfortable playing golf.
Because we were talking about Caitlin Clark, who played in a Pro-Am for is it an LPGA or PGA Tour?
It was LPGA Pro-Am because she and Nelly Korda did like a jersey swap.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So it's called the Annika.
Is that the name of the tournament?
That's the name of the tournament, yeah.
So she did a thing that this counts now one of things that Caitlin Clark and I have in common. We've both played in a Pro-Am.
There's one more thing.
What's that?
That you have in common.
About Caitlin Clark?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well,
What's
you're white.
Oh, yeah, okay, 2 things. I'm white, Caitlin Clark is white, and we've both hit tee shots at Pro-Ams. DeMarco, like I was telling you, that's why I did my golf swing. It is so incredibly nerve-wracking to do a thing in front of a bunch of people when that's not like what you actually do.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, if you put me in front of a group of people and hand me a microphone and said, I need you to talk to these people for 10 minutes. Fine.
Done it. Yeah.
No problem. Got it. Hit a golf ball in front of professional golfers or a crowd of people that are there to watch professional golfers.
My stomach just tied knots when you were saying that. Yeah.
So I played in the, I don't know what's called now. It's called the Toshiba Classic at the time down in Newport Beach. It was a senior tour event. And I'm playing, my pro in our group was Ben Crenshaw.
Oh, wow.
Two times Masters champion, right? And the pro in the group right in front of us.
Yeah.
So we're waiting to go while they're on the tee.
Who's in front of you?
Tom Watson.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
Crenshaw on your team and Watson in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So whatever crowd there's going to be at a Pro-Am like that, they're there to see those two guys.
Yeah.
They're there to see Crenshaw and Watson, and they're all around the first tee. And I got to go up to, and
you can't tell me you weren't nervous.
I was terribly nervous. My hands, I was worried about being able to place the ball on the tee. That's how bad my hand was shaking.
Come on, Crenshaw.
And I hit the ball. It was fine. It wasn't a good shot, but it was airborne, cool, and I didn't almost hit someone. Caitlin Clark yesterday hit a low screamer to the left that just missed taking some folks out.
Really?
Yeah, and I get everybody wants to see her. Dude, she's a basketball player.
Yeah.
She's not. I know she's a good golfer, but she doesn't play golf for a living. Get the hell out of her way.
How would you ever stand in front of somebody that's swinging a golf club?
Look, if it's Tiger Woods in his prime or Rory McIlroy, I'm not going to be where these people were, but
they're not going to hit a perfect
basketball
shot.
player.
I know. That's nuts. That's nuts.
Have you ever had to go do something that you're just terrible because you played in the Super Bowl, the Rose Bowl, but you're playing football. It's what you do.
I could play in front of thousands. I can't tee off in front of 3 guys.
Yeah,
it's so nerve-wracking.
Anything else though?
No, not what that makes me nervous.
That just makes you nervous. Like I'm out of my element here. A fish out of water situation.
Just golf.
That's it.
That whole thing. Like I wouldn't. If they put me in that same foursome with you, I'd call in sick that day.
Is it because, like, if you practiced it a bunch, like, if you golfed by yourself a lot, would it change your level of...
Not even a little bit.
Have you seen him play golf?
Not even a little bit.
I've seen he takes a couple swings.
Have you seen him pantomime, like, golf?
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Do it right here. Tell me if this is not another Travis. Go ahead. Do it.
Do you want me to do it?
Show Emily what I just saw. Show her in.
So we were talking. I was telling the story about when I had to hit this shot. This was at Newport Beach Company. I've also had to do it at Riviera when I played in the Pro-Am there, too.
Right.
And John Senden was our pro. So
watch his face.
You walk up.
Can you see his face?
In your hand.
Yeah.
Place the ball on the ground. You take
that
look,
right there.
You take one more look, and then you go.
That right there.
But it's you got to look where you're aiming. But the whole time you're like, don't hit a person, don't hit a person, don't hit a person, don't hit a ground ball, don't miss, don't miss, don't miss. And golf 101 is if you never ever talk negatively. Like if you say don't hit it in the water. Where do you think the ball's going?
It goes in the water.
What you do say is if the water's to your left, hit it to the right.
That's what you say.
You don't, don't, and it's not don't hit it left. where hit it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's going to go where you don't want it to go.
Now, you're wasting your time with me. I'm not playing golf.
Caitlin Clark survived.
Ever.
She did not.
Does she have a career at golf? No, or this is just like celebrity golf.
She
have
likes
fun.
to golf. It's like it's a hobby.
For an amateur golfer, she's fine. She's a very if you went to the first tee on Saturday morning and she was in your group, you'd be like, yeah, okay, cool, it's gonna be a fine day. We're gonna play fast. She can play.
Yeah.
Is she a pro? No.
What if she wins the tournament? I mean,
no. She will lose by 700 shots.
Oh, you think? She's not that good.
The women who play for a living,
yeah,
and her, it would be like asking Nelly Korda to go play in the WNBA. Yeah. She wouldn't get a basket.
Okay, this is just for fun, celebrity appearance, playing golf.
When her season was over, she said, what are you going to do with all your free time? She said golf. She likes to golf.
She likes to play golf.
Just to play golf. I thought she was actually going to compete.
No. She's playing. She is the golfing equivalent of me.
Oh, okay.
Somebody that likes to play golf with their friends.
Or like Steph Curry or Aaron Rodgers when they do
just
that
having
one
fun.
tournament.
Okay, if
They're
she can
better.
be as good,
that's a whole nother level.
Another deal.
Steph is a whole nother level.
But if she can be as good or close to as good as she is on the floor as playing golf,
if
she'd be like one of the best athletes in the world.
Yeah, no. If she's a 10 out of 10 as a basketball player, she's a 2 out of 10 as a golfer. If that's what a 10 athlete looks like in any sport, she's a 2.
That's okay.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course it
in
is.
golf, right?
I'm not insulting her at all.
You're a Caitlin Clark fan, right?
Yeah,
are you going to watch this?
No.
Oh, you're not? Okay. Oh.
There's nothing less interesting than watching non-professional golfers play golf.
But I thought she had like a huge fan base that would follow her everywhere.
To play basketball.
Just to?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, do you want to watch LeBron bowl?
I wouldn't mind watching LeBron bowl. That would be interesting.
Yeah,
that would be interesting.
I want to watch LeBron James play basketball.
What if he was like so bad it was funny? You know,
I'm good. It's like at some point he's just the guy that sucks at bowling.
Right, but I've never seen LeBron suck at anything. That'd be fun. Yes.
But there is like a group of people following Caitlin around the course because, they're probably going to that event anyway and like, let's see what this.
They want to see Caitlin Clark get an autograph from Caitlin.
Exactly.
Yeah, if we're going to the LPGA and she's in it, that's probably the only one I want to see.
I want to see her hit a shot or two.
Yeah.
But we went to an LPGA event and they're the women who play in that. They're extraordinarily good at what they do.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a weekend golfer.
Who's at the top of the LPGA?
The Korda sisters.
The Korda sisters. Okay.
I get them mixed up. There's two. There's Nelly and Jessica, and I think Nelly's the real.
Are we in
one.
golf season?
It's never not golf season.
Like official, like real golf season.
It's never not official real golf season.
I'm not going to win this conversation.
No. It never stops. It goes year round,
Oh.
but it kind of restarts in January, where the ones that matter are played between April and June or July. That's when it matters.
So what about these November, December tournaments?
They play for real money, and it counts, but nobody cares who wins.
Fair enough.
That's what it is.
Okay.
It's like spring training, but they count the money.
Makes sense.
All right. I think we got that squared
You have
away.
a different face when you swing a golf club.
I like it. JJ Redick did a thing that makes me very excited, not just about this team, but about what the Lakers may be under JJ. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hun, I was doing our bills today and noticed something quite alarming. We're paying a ton of interest on our credit cards. We owe $20,000 on one with a rate of 24 and 50.
Hey, football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
Did he finish it off?
Yeah, he gave it 3 booms.
Nice.
Boom. Boom.
3 bites?
Boom. 3 booms.
Your birthday was what, 2 days ago?
Yesterday. His birthday was
yesterday. Yeah, he deserves it. Eat more.
Wait, do you guys know the Costco guys? That's what I was doing.
No.
You guys don't know the Costco guys?
No.
No.
It's
the Boom guys.
It's the dad
the family.
and the kid.
Yes, I
It's,
do know that. Oh
Big
my gosh.
Justice. And what's their names again? Anyway, they eat things at Costco and they rate it on a scale of booms.
Boom. Oh,
and
yes.
So they will
3
give
booms being best?
3. No, you can go up to like 5 booms or 6 booms. Like there's a lot of booms, and then they say it's a double chunk chocolate cookie, and then they say, take a bite of the cookie, and they go boom.
It's a whole song. Yeah.
Come on.
How
and they
many-
go, we bring the boom.
That's the one.
And then people
Yes.
do that. If you see an NFL player or a basketball player doing like this,
That's the
it's
Boom
the
guys?
Boom guys.
That's
yeah.
the Costco Boom guys.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Me
That's-
either.
That's my thing for the day, DeMarco.
Me either.
I'm
Yeah.
done. I don't have to worry about learning anything else today. That's my one thing for the day.
Did you see Odell Beckham Jr. and Ty Hill when they scored? Was that a double clothesline from wrestling?
Oh, yeah.
That was a double clothesline, wasn't it?
Okay. It was pretty cool.
It was cool. It
I
was
thought so,
cool.
too.
I'm like,
Yeah,
wow.
where they went to the bump off
Yeah.
the ropes and came in and they double
clothesline each other.
It
That was
pretty
awesome.
good.
Okay.
It
That's
was
good
pretty
I
stuff.
give it 5 booms.
5 booms. Oh
the
my gosh.
Vikings are the leaders in the NFL for choreographed end zone what words I want? Celebrations.
Celebrations.
Yeah.
Because he did ray gun.
They did ray gun, and they did. I
That
think
was
they were
cool.
the Duck Duck Goose inventors. They've had a lot of good ones along the way. JJ Redick has his rules, right?
Yes.
That these are points of emphasis, as they're calling them. They are. You ready for this?
Shoot.
Respecting one another's time.
Okay.
Playing for the same common goal. Expecting elite execution night to night, no matter who is in or out of the lineup. Being efficient in everything from shot selection for the players to time management from the coaches, and dominating the details, whether it's the angle a screen is set on offense or the timing of a blitzing and pick and roll on defense. Okay?
It couldn't have been that bad.
You
have to tell pros this?
I think you got to tell everybody this.
This has to be your rules
I think
to
so.
an NBA basketball team.
To everybody. I don't think this is specific to athletes. I don't think this is specific to pros, kids, you, me, everybody.
Yeah.
You know what these rules are?
What?
I got to find them again here.
Base
Hold on.
level?
This is, here it is. Be on time, care, try, and pay attention.
I think that's been on every wall of every team I played for.
But they
Yeah.
don't, but not everybody does it. Right?
Yeah.
And when you have to reemphasize it, it means it's not being done. And I like that he's reemphasizing it. I like that the rule be on time means, hey, look, respect everybody in this room. My time is like your time.
No
We're all
one's
here
bigger
together.
than anyone else.
Right?
But that's not widely known. That has to be like reinforced.
Do you think D'Angelo Russell needs to be told goofy things like this occasionally?
Probably.
I agree. Okay?
Dang.
Hey, when we're here, we're going to care. We're going to pay attention to what we're doing.
I have to put a rule up to make you care.
Yes.
I have to make you care as a coach.
I need to make you try. When we're here, we're going to be on time. We're going to care. You know what we're doing? I need your best effort every time. I'm not going to ask you to be here 22 hours a day. We're going to be in here for practice, whatever it is. 2 hours. I need your effort to be on point for
I'm
these
here
2
to
hours.
coach you to put the ball through the iron hoop.
Mhm.
If I have to teach you to care, I don't want you.
Well, you got to have. You
then
have 'em.
trade this
You have
bum.
'em.
Really?
You
I have to teach you how to care?
Yeah.
I have to put
Everybody.
that on a T-shirt to make you care.
Everybody.
I would assume if you're there, you already care.
What's the line? If you assume, you make an ass out of you and me,
I-
right?
then I've been an ass a lot, I guess, yes.
You can't assume anything, and you have to just repeatedly say, we're going to show up, we're going to care, we're going to pay attention, and we're going to work.
Okay.
I
had a problem.
I love this.
I used to get mad at people that didn't care as much as I did.
I love
Yes,
this.
I do too. But
I love the
Yeah.
because this is so basic 101 stuff, but I also think it's stuff that, to your point, people just, everybody cares. Well, let's make sure everybody does. Let's make sure that everybody understands that's the expectation. Not, I'm a little tired
Is
today,
there an
or
example
there
of
was
somebody
traffic.
not caring? I would love to
Yes.
ask JJ Redick that.
Okay, you
Was
don't
there
have
an
to ask
example?
JJ Redick. I'm
Go
going to
ahead.
tell you.
Go ahead.
Taking a bad three and not hurrying back on defense.
You're talking about D'Lo again.
That's an example of not caring.
Every time you bring it up, I think of him.
That's an
Yes.
example of not all working together for the same goal, no matter who's on the court. This is exactly what we're talking about.
What was
now,
the other part? The other three?
I don't think you need to tell LeBron James to care. I understand
Right.
that he
Or
cares.
AD, I hope.
I don't think so either. I
Yeah.
think he's, but You have to set a standard. Like what Sean McVay's on. What is the standard is the standard.
Yes.
That's about as basic as it gets.
We not me.
But we not me.
Football's different. You're not going to be here if you can't do that.
But it's not, DeMarco. It's everybody needs to be reminded of the rules
And it's
constantly.
about accountability, too. It's like, hey, we lined this out. If you're not meeting this, this is where we hold you accountable.
But you're not going to be a pro if you still have to work on that.
D'Angelo Russell's been in the league 10 years.
No, I'm talking football. You're not going to be a professional football player if you have to work on that. Being on time.
Guys are late all the time.
You meet all the time. You
Rodgers
practice more than you play.
I understand.
Yeah, you have to be on time for stuff.
Aaron Rodgers went to Egypt.
Well, that was voluntary.
But I'm saying is it's
team stuff.
It's not. If everybody were on time every time, then there would never be punishments or fines or you don't start. It happens all the time.
I think it might be a little bit different. That's why I'm so shocked. Like, you have to tell people this?
Yes.
You have to tell them to care. What was the other part? You have to, like, what was it?
My interpretation of them or the actual
No, the actual one.
There's respecting one another's time, play for the same common goal, expecting elite execution night to night, no matter who is in or out of the lineup. In other words, even if we're up 10, down 15, down 20.
So you have to tell them we're expecting the best out of you.
Yeah.
So some guys just like,
hey, we're down 20. What difference does it make? It's the fourth quarter. We're down four touchdowns.
The more we get into this, the more disappointed I get. I have to tell you that as a coach.
You got to tell everybody that.
So part of your job is babysitting.
Not babysitting, reinforcing the basics.
Or parenting.
Reinforcing the basics. Hey, did you brush your teeth? You don't tell them once. You tell them every night for 20 years.
Wow. I didn't know it was like
that. Did you
that.
wash your hands before you eat that? No. Okay, let's go do it again.
Maybe this is coming out of Darvin Ham. Like, we have to reinforce this stuff. But I'm assuming that everybody that plays sports has that stuff already built into them.
A chance.
This is a building block.
No one would commit a penalty. No one would be late. No one would miss an assignment. Like, you have to reinforce the most basic fundamentals. And I like that he's doing it. I'm not being flip or cute or anything. I like that it's, guys, this is what we're here every day. He is setting us. This reminds me a lot of Sean McVay. We, not me. Right? The standard is the standard.
Yeah.
Be at the best when your best is required. These are obvious things, but they're important.
Even under lesser coaches, guys didn't show up late. You can't.
It happens all the time.
Maybe it's that sport. I don't know.
It's
just
everything.
weird.
That's
just weird.
You were in the league for 7 years, 8 years?
Yeah, your first one is you have to be on time. I have to tell you that? I'm paying you.
Yeah.
Does anybody tell you to show up on time for this show?
No, but you know why?
Because you're here.
Because I'm here every time.
That's what I'm saying.
But it was hammered into me to be in time.
Have you ever been late for a show ever?
Yes.
I mean, on purpose.
Of course
Like
not.
you dragged your feet?
No.
Was it ever because you didn't care about the show or the people you were doing the show with?
There have been times where I have come in and not given my absolute best for a million different reasons.
That's a different. I'm talking about being on time. Like, did someone have to tell you, Travis, you have to be on time to your job?
Yeah. Not me, because I have a preoccupation, but DeMarco, people are late every day to every job everywhere.
That's fair, but I'm just a professional basketball team.
This is
I have to remind you to be on time.
Yeah, that's why when somebody does show up late, you're like, you're done for the day. What do you mean? I told you this is what we do. This is the standard. The standard is the standard. You're not meeting it. You're done for the day. Well,
that's crazy.
It's not.
That is nuts. To me, that's nuts. To me and how I'm built, that is crazy. That you have to tell these guys to be on time and to care. If I have to tell you to care, I don't want you on my team.
I think it was Derek Coleman that the first day of camp he showed up and he gave the team a blank check and just said, fill it in at the end with all my fines because I'm coming when I want to come.
You better be filling it up every night then.
He did.
Every
he was
single
pretty
night.
good. But if everybody did what they're supposed to do every time, the world would be pretty great. No, nobody would have any problems.
That's just amazing.
This is building blocks. You can't go to Q when you're.
You got to walk before you can run.
I understand building blocks. I'm just these are pros. They make millions of bucks, and I have to remind you to be on time and to care.
Yep. Let's try Chris at L.A. Chris, you're on with Travis DeMarco. What's up?
Hey guys, I think DeMarco, you're looking at it from a football standpoint, which is a different beast than basketball. Because in football, you can't have it because. Especially on defense, because it just isn't going to work.
What whatted?
And you have half-assed. I don't know if I can say.
Go ahead.
But
you go ahead.
Yeah, and you have meetings all the time. Basketball, starting with AAU, those kids are lackadaisical. They're kind of, it's a different beast, I think, because you're right. in your world, there's no way you would have to tell someone to do all those things. But in basketball, I could completely see having to tell them you have to do all that because you can just jog back on defense. You can't jog back if you're playing cornerback or linebacker. You know, your teammate's going to be on you. So I think it's just a different perspective.
Okay, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's why it sounds so like.
But it's like rounding off
Martian
a route.
to me.
It's like we don't run that route soft curl. We make a sharp turn. It's little things like that. I'm sure it's been told more than once.
Like you said, you show up some days you don't give best effort because what guys get. I don't want to say the word. Guys get a little what do you call that? Edgy sometimes. They have something to prove and they give you half effort.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you're gone after that. But if I have to remind you to care about the sport we're playing, or remind you to show up on time to practice, then I don't want you as a player.
Okay, I understand you don't want them. I understand that. I understand.
Or beyond that, you wouldn't get to this level. You would not get to, heck no. If you're missing meetings,
not missing
in
meetings,
college,
what if you're 5 minutes late.
If you're late to practice in college, there's
no
way.
You've never seen anybody be late to a meeting in football ever.
No.
Not one time.
In my career on my teams, no, not one.
Never one.
No, not one.
Then
not one guy has ever been late.
You are in the one spot that has never happened.
You'd be crazy to miss. Are you nuts?
I'm not saying you do it on purpose every time, but there are guys that are perpetually late in everything.
That's funny because never. Not at definitely not at UW. Hell no. No. And to care? That's the reason you're here is because you care.
DeMarco, I think you're also making this point of saying, hey, we pay you all this money, you're making all this money. I think that's also the reason why a lot of people slack off. I've already made it to this level. I've made all this money.
You're not paying me enough to be here. I deserve more money than what I'm getting.
That's different. That's effort. I'm talking about the basic stuff that he's putting out there. Show up on time and care.
Yeah.
Really? I got to put that on the shirt for you.
Yeah. We, not me. The standard is the standard. It's all the same. And I love it.
It's also
set an example. Be the example. And when people don't they don't hit the standard, we're going to call you out on it. And if it happens repeatedly, we're going to move on from you. That's what they're there for.
There we're in agreement.
When you're comfortable somewhere,
Yeah.
you skip over the details. You know, for like I've done it in my job at times too. You know, if I'm comfortable, I think I know how the show's going to go. I might not get XYZ exactly correct, and sometimes I'm like, oh, it's not a big deal. Sometimes it is a big deal, and sometimes you got to get better over time.
Belichick find guys in blizzards for being late. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
It also has to do how that person you're telling to be on time and how they take it. For instance, my brother, he's 18 years old. If you tell him be on time, hey bro, but I'm here. Like, why do I have to be here a half hour before? Like, my schedule says 12. I'm here at 11:55. How am I late? How is that not showing up on time? It's not that you're coming in 5 minutes before your thing. It's just show.
Well, okay. Let me make this clear. I'm sure guys have been late, but guys that are wantonly late, that it's okay to be late.
It's not okay. It's never okay.
That you have to put that in print. That's the stuff. That's what I don't get.
There's a reason you have to hang a sign over the drinking fountain that says "Don't spit in the drinking fountain." You would think it's understood, but people will do it unless there's a rule.
And a sign to wash your hands for 10
See,
seconds.
I think. See, the taller you get, the more baby you become. That's what I'm assuming now with basketball players.
It's not
when you're 7 feet tall, you're back to like elementary school.
Yep. All right, you've sold me on something. I think I'm going to watch something on Friday that I had no intent. I know I'm going to be disappointed, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, you can play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, Southern California's premier resort casino experience. Why get stuck in traffic? Well, you don't have a choice, but you do have the choice. You can go be at the best casino resort in Southern California in less than 1 hour, less than 60 minutes. Pechanga gives all guests the amenities they expect of a world-class resort, exceptional entertainment, dining, spa, and golf. Let's not forget round-the-clock gaming excitement. I love that stuff. I can hear the bells and whistles now. The immense casino floor, 1,100 hotel rooms and suites, so think about it. Bachelor parties, bridal parties, all that stuff. The spa's outstanding. Golf course, like Travis. 20 bars, restaurants, so much more make Pechanga Resort Casino one of the largest casinos in the country. Come see why readers of Newsweek and USA Today voted Pechanga Resort Casino the best casino outside of Las Vegas. So whether your idea of entertainment is lounging poolside or putting a great bet on blackjack, Pechanga Resort Casino is waiting for you right now. Visit Pechanga.com or call this number, 888-PECHANGA, to book a reservation or for more information if you need that. You can also follow them on Instagram at Pechanga Casino for more up-to-the-minute news and information, and I'll see you at the spot.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Ortho are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. Could be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, or you could nominate yourself. You could win prizes like sweet tickets, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, or the grand prize, Invisalign. Enter now at ESPNLA.com, and remember, you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Ortho.
Ends at 3 games after a 23-15 loss to the visiting Miami Dolphins. The Rams fall to 4-5 on the season. Up next, the New England Patriots in Week 11. Nothing went right for the Rams on offense. A very limited ground game, just 17 carries along the way for 70 yards. And Matthew Stafford, the yardage, not so bad. The results, not nearly good enough. 293 yards on 32 out of 46 passing. No touchdowns. He did have another interception for the game as well. The Rams defense did a pretty good job against the Dolphins and Tua Tagovailoa, in particular against Tyreek Hill, who came in with just 3 catches for 16 yards. He did catch a touchdown, but just a 1-yarder along the way. Jared Verse, another sack, another strip sack. He continues his push to the Defensive Player of the Year award. Up next, the New England Patriots. With today's Rams Report, I'm Travis Rogers.
That's today's Rams Report on your home of Rams football. 710 ESPN.
Hey, Cappy, we got to talk about Prize Picks. You got me into this. I love it. I play it every single night in almost every single sport. And for those of you listening out there, it's very simple. There is a stat line for a particular player in one of those sports, and it's as simple as more or less. You pick more, you pick less on that stat line. You win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. And it's the best way to get sports action in over 30 states, including right here in California.
So here's what you do. You download the Prize Picks app. You use the code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. You get that $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. And right now, with baseball, football, basketball, soccer, and hockey going, now is a great time to play Prize Picks, George.
And again, Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. You can join over 10 million users and sign up today. Man, it's amazing. You can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes once you win.
And you're going to win. And by the way, if you don't win, don't blame me, okay? Because you're better at it than I am. Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app. Use our code CAPPY. Make that $5 play. Get that $50 bonus. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Okay, everyone, what did you think of the chocolate bar?
It's too chewy.
Feels kind of chalky.
Too much nougat.
I need to go brush my teeth.
Business is booming for Steph's small marketing research firm.
After all these focus groups, there's only one conclusion. I need more researchers.
And she's way too busy researching
Does this have peanuts?
to waste time researching resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like North America's #1 home fire safety brand, Kidda. Because on a day full of football sounds you love, like fight songs, roaring crowds, and your favorite commentators...
like me, Kirk Herbstreit.
The last sound you want to hear is... Defend your game time with Kidda and the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Based on total household installations as of December 2023.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Bring the boom! That's what we do. We bring the boom! We bring the boom
to you! Anyway.
You're going to be singing this all day, Travis.
This is the Costco
No,
guys.
I think I will not be singing this all day.
I'm going to send it to you all day. But we do have some news for the Lakers for tonight's game. So backup center Jackson Hayes suffered a left ankle sprain in practice Tuesday. The team announced he will miss Wednesday's game against Memphis Grizzlies and will be reevaluated in 1 to 2 weeks, the team said. This is from Dave McMenamin.
He was playing good, too.
I think he's a super important part of this team. I mean, the better he is and the more he's available, I think the better AD is because it allows AD to play slightly less. That if you can take AD off the floor and be okay with Hayes on it for periods of time, that's great news for AD. And when Hayes is cooking, when he's playing well, he's a good player. He's inconsistent. He's trying to figure some things out, but I really do think obviously you got to get your third best guy, whether that's D'Angelo or Austin Reeves or whoever it is. They need to probably elevate their game a little bit. I do think a trade is coming, but I think Jackson Hayes, for considering the role he has on this team, it's a disproportionately important role considering the amount of minutes he plays.
Who's going to be off the bench for him now? Let me look.
Shoot,
that's a great it may not matter tonight, but yeah, that's going to be something you have to. I mean, who do you play as that backup center? The backup to AD now.
plays more, probably.
AD plays more. Like LeBron.
I mean, LeBron he can do it.
Play everything. Yeah.
So without Hayes and without Christian Wood also had a setback. The Lakers roster features just one center other than Davis, and it would be Christian Koloko.
Yeah. Okay. You got to get Jackson Hayes
LeBron.
back.
Yeah. No, he's an important guy.
No doubt.
You've been asking me this for at least a month or so. Are you going to watch Mike Tyson fight Logan Paul? And no, not really.
It's starting to like really grow on me watching that fight.
Yeah. I kind of got sucked in last night. I was flipping around.
Yeah.
The algorithm got me, and I was getting fed a bunch of boxing stuff, a bunch
of
old
Costco guys?
Not Costco guys, but a bunch of old Mike Tyson stuff. And then it started feeding me newer Mike Tyson stuff, talking about this fight and how the devil himself. And I understand
Mike is selling this fight.
He is.
Yeah.
And I understand that's part of the gig, right? The promotion in boxing is all this. But I really want to see Mike Tyson tear this guy up. I just really, I don't think it's going to happen. He's 58 years old. He's 58 years old. I think that speaks for itself. But I'm at least optimistic that this guy has bought himself a fight that he does not know what he's in for.
Tyson is Generation X, right?
Yeah.
He's Gen X.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like generational deal. He's our avatar. Getting back at these youngsters. Jake Paul is the leader of what would be his generation?
Millennial.
Generation what? The millennial?
Yeah.
He's a millennial.
So that millennial versus Gen X stuff that goes back and forth. This is our avatar. It's Tyson against him. He cannot lose this fight. So for one, as a boxing fan, I hope Tyson doesn't lose this fight because we'll never hear the end of it.
Barely Gen X too.
Yeah.
Is he barely Gen X?
He's
okay.
on the high side.
He's like an older Gen X, almost boomer.
Yeah.
Tyson's a boomer?
He'd be a very young boomer or about as old a Gen X as you could be.
So he's on the fence.
Technically, it's 1965 to 1980.
Okay, so I say he's fighting for us, the older guys in the room.
Well, he's certainly fighting for our memories.
Yes.
Right? Like Mike Tyson was the first heavyweight champion of the world that I saw kind of come onto the scene.
From start to finish.
From start to finish.
Yeah, we didn't see Ali's early years.
We were too young for that.
Yes, right. But we saw the end of it, and they told us he was great. And we saw some fights that backed that up. We saw Mike Tyson from start to finish.
You saw Mike Tyson on Wide World of Sports, to him pay-per-view, to him being at the end where
the youngest heavyweight champ of all time.
Biting guys, and he's trying to break guys' arms to... He's a movie star.
Yes.
He's kind of a compelling figure.
And he was boxing, and now he's facing a guy that's making a mockery of boxing. Like Jake Paul, I know this
boxing makes a mockery of itself.
But outside of Canelo, he's the biggest draw in the sport.
It might be.
And that's the most embarrassing thing to the sport.
Yeah.
So you've got a guy that came up in it, who is boxing,
but
fighting
why
him.
He's embarrassing?
Because he's not a boxer.
Yeah,
he's training.
He's not a boxer. He didn't come up the hard way. He didn't come up like all boxers.
I think it's that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's that. I think it's that he has not followed the traditional path. But you told me, and
to jump in and to be a pay-per-view star without paying your dues.
The fights are stunts, right? He's fighting guys that are either not very good,
stuff like
MMA guys,
MMA, and again. This is how you know it's not real, that he's fighting a 58-year-old man. And I get it. It's
not
Mike
just
Tyson.
a man. He's fighting Tyson.
He's fighting a 58-year-old Tyson.
A 58-year-old Mike Tyson that could still knock us out.
I'm not. Yeah. But so what? An old lady could probably knock me out.
Well,
you
that's
know
what I used
mean?
to think about Jake Paul. So that's the other thing. If he does knock Tyson out, I might have to give him some respect.
No, not me.
Really?
No, because it's not. Look, fight a top-ranked heavyweight contender. Sure, Mike Tyson's 50. I hope Tyson wins. I'm rooting for Tyson.
Yeah.
But this is a curated way to make money, which I'm okay with. This is a curated way for him to continue to be one of the more popular people in this sport, which I'm okay with. But you're not going to earn my respect by being so selective in who you're fighting. And I get it. Mike is dangerous for sure.
Yes.
But he's 58
but
years
if
old.
If you beat the former champ, I have to give you some dap. Beaten Tyron Woodley, who is a mixed martial artist, doesn't count.
Right.
Beaten Ben Askren, who's a wrestler, doesn't count. Beating a 58-year-old Mike Tyson counts for something.
Nah, if it was
and especially if you knock him out. That's what I'm saying. That counts for something.
No, he said if you fight somebody who's a contender, say a Joshua or even
he won't fight those guys.
Correct, but that's why he makes.
I said some respect,
Yeah.
and if he does mow down Mike, then those guys should call him out. Because that's the one thing that hasn't happened. Tyson Fury should call him out.
But I don't think
Joshua
they respect him
should
like that, right? They know it's a stunt.
But if you knock their hero out, then the other boxer should step in.
He's 58.
I know no one's making him do it. He took the fight.
No, I'm not. Yeah, it's fine. I'm intrigued by it.
Yeah,
but here's what I'm afraid of. Right, I'm going to be interested. I'm going to turn. It's on Netflix. I'm going to turn Netflix on Friday night. And it's going to come out, and this fight's going to be 2 minutes old, and I'm going to be like, oh, God.
It gets boring and depressing?
It's just.
I don't want to see Mike get hurt. But it's not going to be like Chuck Liddell's last fight, where it's like, who let him in the ring?
I just don't
Mike can still fight.
But I'm worried about it being just a goofball, not a real fight, where they're kind of dancing around.
That's what I'm nervous
about. There's an agreement, and it's just not.
I love Tyson, and if he takes a dive for the money, that would break my heart. That would break my heart as much as Hulk Hogan breaking my heart.
The only thing that would make me like, oh, damn, is if he goes out there and drops him, right? That Tyson drops Paul, okay?
That's what should happen.
I hope that's what happened.
Yeah.
And then Paul gets up and fights. That would be like, oh, okay, that's interesting to me. But that's not that. There's no way that's going to happen. This is all.
I showed you the training video of Jake Paul fighting.
Content.
He must be 225 pounds.
He's big.
He's big. He looks like he's training to be a heavyweight.
He's a big, strong guy.
And to fight Tyson's style. I don't think he's going to run. I think he's going to fight Mike toe-to-toe.
I just don't think it's a real fight.
We'll see.
I just don't think it's a real fight. And
well, that's the thing with him. I mean, that's why he'll never get respect, because it seems
that's why he doesn't have mine.
It seems like a stunt.
Beating up or even fighting and winning or knocking out and a 58-year-old, and I get it, it's a 58-year-old Mike Tyson who's strong.
Yeah.
He looks pretty good. He looks fast. He looks fit, and he looks incredibly fast and fit for a 58-year-old.
Yeah.
He's 58.
Well, if he loses or if Mike knocks him out, that is the end of the line. You can't get up from this. You got knocked out by a dude who's almost 60 years old.
He'll come up with another
who's going to want to see it?
Content.
You got knocked out by an old man.
This is the first time I've even been casually 1% interested in it, and it's simply for the nostalgia of Mike Tyson.
If it wasn't for Tyson, I wouldn't care.
No, like when Tyson fought Roy Jones a few years ago.
Yeah.
That was one of those, these are just two old guys.
But I couldn't believe it.
It was just like, what are we doing here? And it wasn't a real fight. It just was them kind of feeling
Sometimes
each other
with
out.
boxers, when you fight an old guy, you don't get any credit.
Yeah.
If you win, you should have won. If you lose, it's over for you. So I hope that happens.
Tears them apart. I really do.
Me too.
I really do. Hot and Cold's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
You've seen him on the roast of Tom Brady, and you've heard him host the #1 podcast in the world, Kill Tony. Now see Tony Hinchcliffe perform stand-up comedy live at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino, Saturday, November 16th. The man behind millions of views worldwide and countless sold-out shows brings his stand-up set to you. Critics call him a must-see. Don't miss this stand-up comedian, writer, podcast host, and professional wordsmith, Tony Hinchcliffe. Tickets on sale now at FantasySpringsResort.com.
Be sure to listen to Rams Super Bowl champion DeMarco Farr every Monday in the 9 a.m. hour on his new show, The Travis and DeMarco Show. He's going to give you his best of from the whole football weekend. And when DeMarco serves up a best of, it means something. Don't miss it. They've got their best of the weekend, plus your chance to win a Fantasy Springs weekend getaway prize pack with your best of. That's Mondays in the 9 a.m. hour on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. Made possible by Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. Escape the everyday at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino, just minutes from Palm Springs.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Reel and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL. realfathersrights.com/710 or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Fathers Rights. The Father's Rights Attorneys.
So you're ready to propose?
Yes, I am.
You got her parents' approval. You told her friends. And you got the ring.
Well...
Luckily, there's GageDiamonds.com with engagement rings in every style for every budget with certified natural diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, and moissanite.
But I'd rather not drain my savings.
Gage lets you buy the ring today and pay over time with no credit-needed financing.
Brilliant.
GageDiamonds.com. We're engagements. Middle name.
Exclusions apply.
Great game. You got into the end zone again and again. How'd it feel?
Awesome. Like getting a new iPhone again and again. I just got the new iPhone 16 Pro today.
Really?
Yeah, and with AT&T Next Up Anytime, I can upgrade early every year.
Very nice.
Feel like an MVP again. Learn how to get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us and the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime. AT&T. Connecting changes everything. Offer subject to change. Additional fees, terms, and restrictions apply. $0 offer may not be available on future iPhones. Next Up Anytime feature may be discontinued at any time. See att.com/iPhone for details.
As you know, we've welcomed a new partner here at 710 ESPN, NextGen. NextGen, the official AC, heat, and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans.
You're as cold as ice.
Call 833-3-NEXTGEN, NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Time for our feature we do 3 days a week. Who's hot? Who's cold? Thanks to NextGen. Boy, time for Who's Hot? Who's Cold? Take it away, Producer M.
Who's hot?
Aloha.
The Roman Empire. Remember that when everyone's like, oh, my Roman Empire is this. But the Roman Empire and the Colosseum is hot. Not only because Gladiator 2 is coming out in
I'm excited.
a week or so. Yeah, you're excited, Jorge?
I'm excited. I heard a lot and read a lot of good things about it.
I can't wait
my
to see
God.
it.
But Airbnb is partnering with Gladiator 2 and opening the doors of the famous Colosseum in Rome to up to 16 guests for an unforgettable after-dark experience. The event will take place on May 7th and 8th, 2025. So in a couple months from now.
Have you been to Rome?
Dude, I had to go see it.
Yeah.
I had to go see it.
Would you sleep in the Colosseum, though?
I would not sleep in the Colosseum, but I did have to go see it.
I've never been. I've never seen it with my own
it's
two eyes.
It's smaller than you think.
Okay. Why wouldn't you sleep there? Like, if that's a piece of history that's interesting to you and they got a little experience, you can spend the night in there.
I don't look at it and say that looks like it's someplace I want to spend the night.
Yeah.
But it's something I want to see in the daytime,
Yeah.
definitely.
I would think ghosts because people died in the Colosseum, and I would just be like, I don't want to sleep in a place where I know someone has died.
It's
like
cool,
there,
though.
I'm sure I live in places that people have died in. I don't want to know about it,
Yeah.
and so I'd be creepy.
Yeah, I don't have that fear. I would like to see things like that, like those artifacts from ancient history and all those things, and I would give something like that a shot.
What's the thing that looks like AJ Hawk?
What's the thing that
The
looks
stone
like
creatures
AJ?
that look like AJ Hawk.
Oh, Easter Island.
Easter Island. I want to go see that.
Yeah.
Doesn't he look like one of those things?
Now that you mention it,
see?
yes.
Yeah.
Like a bird or something.
Doesn't he? Oh, he does, right? Yeah.
AJ Hawk's got to look.
Yeah, well, now I'm never going to be able to unsee that, but sure, yeah, Easter Island statue is not the worst
I want to
thing
see
you could
that.
say.
Yes.
All right, what's cold is windy. Windhorse said this about the idea that Bronny James will only be playing in the home games for the G League. So he said he's only going to play in South Bay Lakers home games. He's only going to be part-time G League player, and he's not getting on the United Airlines flights to these road games. I know he's getting somewhat special treatment and nepotism. That's fine. Honestly, I don't care. Like I said, it's normal. Now, I think it's actually detrimental to him. I don't like that. I don't know whose idea it was, but obviously the Lakers are fine with it. They're doing it. On this particular instance, I think it's gone too far, and I don't think it benefits Bronny. I don't think it benefits the South Bay Lakers. I don't think it benefits LeBron at this point. So, do you disagree or agree with Wendy? Do you agree with parts of it? I think that his take being, it's not unusual for this to happen. It's nepotism. Yes, he's going to get special treatment. But it's not helpful to Bronny.
You know, it's funny. A little bit. This is not a criticism of you, Emily, for bringing this up. I'm glad you did, but I am bored by the Bronny James entire experience.
Fatigued.
Yeah, fatigued is a better word. That's a better word. That just let's see if the kid can play or not. Let's just see if he can play or not.
Maybe take him to road games.
Maybe. But my point is this: is he over here? Is he over there? Is he getting special treatment? Well, clearly he is. And it's like, okay, fine.
And Michael says you're a hater, by the way.
It does fine. That's
what
I've heard
said?
far worse. I've heard far worse. I just, if he can play, great. Then let's turn him loose and let him play. And if he can't, then let's move on. But, I'm fatigued by the entire operation.
To your point, it can't help him. I mean, but I don't think Bronny, his career goal is to be great in the NBA. Do you think that's his career arc?
I couldn't speak to it. I don't know anything about him.
I think this is just a part of his journey.
Like, what's the destination?
That's what I think this is just something to put on the resume.
To be in the league?
Yeah, you're in the league with your dad, and that's that. I don't think he's really trying to think he's going to hold a Larry O'Brien someday.
I mean, not as the best player on the team, and not like his old man, obviously.
If he was, then yes, this will be hurting him not traveling to road games.
How many, Michael? How many games has he played in? Like 4, something like that. Yeah. So I mean, he's barely played. It's. I'm just whatever. You know, I don't mean to be flip about it.
Yeah.
It's not going to determine the success or failure of the Lakers season, whether he plays in the G League at home or on the road or 2 minutes a night, 10, 15 times a year. I'm
glad he's in. That's why I had so much fun watching the Warriors and the Mavericks last night. I forgot all about the drama. I just watched basketball. I'm entertained by great basketball.
I like that they passed out the captain's hats.
Yes,
that was a great.
Did
little
Michael
touch.
bring captain's hats? No, he did not. Okay.
No, he brings shoes and golf balls and other things.
These shoes.
Oh, you got them on again today?
Yeah, they turned more heads on Monday night than anything else. It was awesome.
What was the number one? Where'd you get those?
Where'd you get those? What are those? And I kept saying they're clays. They're clays. They're clays. Where can I get them? I said, talk to Michael.
Yeah, you got to call Michael along the way. He's the one that'll find them for you. Game Day Comfort is powered by NextGen, the official plumbing, heating, and AC company of SoCal sports fans. Call 833-3-NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXGEN to snag their $88 drain cleaning special today. So the second version of the college football playoff rankings are out, and it's like, okay.
Standings,
rankings, seedings.
Yeah.
Because the rankings have Georgia at 12, okay?
Yep.
But if you played this tournament, Georgia would be out because another team, Boise State, I think, has to slide in because they're the highest ranked power or non-Power 5 conference. So
correct.
There's some rules going on there. Guys, we got 4 more weeks of football to play. I'm sorry that I'm not going to get terribly invested in who's seated where. Alabama or Tennessee and Georgia play this weekend. That's going to change.
Ooh.
You've got
where's that game?
Indiana and Ohio State play each other.
Ooh.
There's just all of these games that are still coming up. Oregon's still got to play Washington. Oregon's got to go to Wisconsin this weekend. There's still a lot of games left to be played. I'm not going to get too worked up about it, even if Armageddon in the SEC is on the horizon.
There's no way you're going to play a playoff without Georgia. You know this, right?
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's nothing to panic over, but it's just funny.
Now,
it's just funny.
If Tennessee beats them this Saturday, they're almost certainly out.
They're
because
at Georgia.
That would be their 3rd loss of the season.
Tennessee at Georgia, that gets you right back in the mix. If 11 beats 6, you're right back in the mix. That's the thing about the SEC. You're never out of it.
The part that'll get weird is the SEC could have like a 6 or a 7-way tie.
Yeah.
And you're not getting 6 or 7 teams in. Maybe there's a room for a 5th, but you're going to get 4. But if you got a 6-way tie, people are getting left out.
Can you be a 3-loss SEC team and make the playoffs?
I don't.
3-loss, 2 losses.
I don't think so. But if you're asking me, what do I want or what do I think? What do I want? Let's say, for instance, Georgia loses to Tennessee this weekend and they take care of their business.
That makes them 7-3.
Do you still think that Georgia's one of the 12 best teams in the country, had 12 best talent?
Talent, yes, but you have to play like it too.
Yeah.
That's part of it. You have to play well. Having a team that's stocked full of talent is one thing. Having them all playing well together, that's something totally different. That should factor in.
When you look at some of these schools, like Boise State, how many pros do Boise State have? Just guessing, 2 or 3?
2 or 3 guys.
Right. Georgia's got what? Probably 30?
5 scoutable guys, maybe.
Yeah. Georgia's got 30 or 40?
At least 25 guys.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch Georgia. I would rather watch the best guys do this as opposed to just the guys that were in a league and they ran the table in the league. Like, this is why this opening this thing up.
It's not about who has the best talent.
I get it.
It's who's playing the best.
I get it.
So
I don't
that
need to
means
see Boise State play.
If it means it's Boise State and BYU, then that's a shame. That's a shame for Georgia. They should not be in. If they win the national championship,
Georgia should not be in.
No, BYU shouldn't be in. You know this. You have more talent than they do. But you're playing like what?
But BYU is going to win the Big 12.
I know, crazy.
And that's just. I mean, I have more respect for that. I don't know the Big 12's kind of weird this year too.
What about Colorado?
Yeah, I mean they're in it.
Yeah.
Colorado's good. Colorado would be more fun.
Yeah, of course.
You got Deion, you got Shedeur, you got
Deion
Travis
says
Hunter.
He's calling his shot. Deion says my son will go where I tell him to go, not where he's drafted. I kind of respect that because we talked about young quarterbacks. You go to the wrong spot, you can ruin a kid.
Yeah.
Make sure that kid gets to the right spot. Who knows?
What's the course of action? You got pick a crappy team.
I don't know.
The Jets.
Okay. Let's say Jacksonville. Let's say
They got Trevor Lawrence though.
Okay, but let's say there's a world where Trevor Lawrence doesn't exist, or you just decide. By the way, Trevor Lawrence kind of sucks. If we're being honest,
he hasn't played.
He's not played well.
Yeah.
So you're like, we got to move on. Okay,
Or New York,
we got to
the
move
Giants.
on.
How about that? Giants.
Okay. But New York is interesting. That's why I don't want it to be a New York team because New York is New York, and the everything.
He
that comes
would
along
want
with
New
it.
York.
Right.
You want someplace he doesn't want.
Right.
Jacksonville. Okay.
Tennessee.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
Jacksonville's better.
Jacksonville's better.
Okay.
How does and Jacksonville says with the first pick in the NFL draft, which by the way they have at this moment, we select Shedeur Sanders. How does he wiggle off that hook?
What did the Mannings do? Did they tell the then San Diego Chargers, if you draft him, he's not coming?
Okay, and then the Chargers blinked and traded the rights to the Giants, right?
So what would have happened had San Diego drafted Eli Manning? What was his option? Just not playing ball?
To not show up.
I think
right. This is a draft. This is not a we would like you to come. Do you agree? This is a we've picked your rights. You either come. John Elway went and played baseball.
He had baseball. Yes.
Bo Jackson went and played football.
So Shedeur would just say, I'm not going to play for you. And I don't think you have to worry about money.
No, he's not going to starve to death.
The usual motivations to guys coming into camp aren't there for him.
But he'd want to play, right?
I'm sure he'd want to play, but I mean, I think he wants to play where he wants to play.
So he's going to just burn a whole year? Is that the play? Is that the move?
I guess, and just train and wait until they say we let you go. Didn't Jim Kelly do the same thing?
He went to the USFL.
Yeah, he played someplace else.
Yeah.
Maybe
Steve Young went to the USFL.
Then maybe Shedeur goes to Canada. I don't know. Goes and plays someplace else. I'm not going to play. I'm not going to play for Jacksonville.
It doesn't happen very often.
Because if he goes there, he is the toast of the league. That's like to Canada. That's like Rocket Ismail going up there.
Yeah, but then you're the biggest fish in the CFL pond. Okay, cool.
As long as they're paying you.
I'm not saying he's not going to make his money, but who cares, quite frankly?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We won't see him. Right. That's what I'm saying.
Who cares? And now they're a year of whatever you might have been.
Or just not playing. They just don't draft me. I'm not going to play. I'm more than willing to sit out.
I'm kind of interested to see somebody try it and see how it plays out.
Dallas should draft him and then hire Deion as the coach.
Sold in. The Dump Super Crosstalk coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The biggest show on the radio.
Mason in Ireland, weekdays at noon.
I think leaf watching is like the most overrated
Leaf
hobby
peeping?
in the world. Yeah, is that what they call it? Leaf peeping?
Some people do.
It's like, all right,
No
they were
way,
green,
that's what
now
it's
they're
called?
orange.
Google
all
it.
right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Leaf peeping?
Leaf
Yeah.
peeping is a thing.
No, oh yeah, no, they're red. Oh, cool. Let's move along.
Okay, here's the thing though, mate. We don't have those season changes.
Yes.
Laura, leaf peeping is an informal term in the United States and Canada for the activity which people travel to view and photograph the fall foliage in areas.
Okay, imagine saying, hey babe, I want to go leaf peeping with you.
Yeah, by the way, Laura, I know you're curious, so I'll tell you. When is peeping season?
Probably October, November?
September through December each year.
Yeah. So magical. Laura, I'm from back there. It's a stupid hobby. Oh, the leaves are turning. Let's go drive in the middle of nowhere.
Steve Mason and John Ireland, next at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
Trojan fans want to go to the USC-UCLA rivalry game at the Rose Bowl? Just grab an icy cold Coors Light and visit CoorsLight.com/college football. Enter the keyword SCORE, and you got a shot to win your tickets to the game. It's all thanks to our great friends at Coors Light, the official beer of college football and proud partner of the USC Trojans on ESPN LA.
No purchase necessary. Starts 8/1/24. Ends 1/21/25 at 11:59 p.m. CT. Must be legal resident of 50 USDC, 21 years of age or older. Void where prohibited. Use keyword to get entries for keyword prizes. See official rules at www.CoorsLight.com/collegefootball for entry instructions, keywords, odds, prices, and restrictions. Sponsor Molson Coors Beverage Company, USA, LLC. 250 South Wacker Drive, Chicago, Illinois, USA, 60606.
Hey guys, it's Sedano at Los Angeles International Airport. Changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforming-LAX. That's flylax.com/transforming-LAX.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. Play no-bust blackjack, poker, and more. Enjoy Century Bar and Grill's flavorful menu for lunch or late-night dinners. Watch your favorite teams and catch up with friends on game days. Unwind and enjoy live music and crafted cocktails at Ray's Lounge. Easy parking and access, Hollywood Park Casino. Located next door to the Forum and SoFi Stadium. Park, party, and play. Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
Must be 21 and older to enter. These are approved DOJ games. Vegas 004527. Vegas 003871.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey guys, it's Cap, and if you're looking to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage. They'll make you a great cash offer with no need for repairs. They buy it as is. With Seller's Advantage, there are no agents. They can close within days, and they buy with cash. They'll even offer a $10,000 advance to help with moving costs and other expenses. Check out their reviews online and call for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, and visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Orthodontics are teaming up this fall because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. This can be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, a youngster who brightens your day. Tell us who's smiling and you could win some awesome prizes like sweet tickets from ESPN LA, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, and a grand prize of Invisalign from Beverly Hills Ortho. Enter now at ESPNLA.com and remember you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Orthodontics.
FX presents American Sports Story, Aaron Hernandez.
Football is all I got. Everything's okay when I'm playing ball.
You can't make mistakes, Aaron. People are watching you.
From executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Is there something that you want to tell me?
You don't know the kind of thoughts I have.
FX's American Sports Story, Aaron Hernandez. All new Tuesdays on FX. Stream on Hulu.
Are you ready to unleash the beast? Monster Energy is here to give you the edge this college tailgate season. Loaded with bold flavors, our powerful blend gives you the energy you need to push you beyond your limits. Tune in all season long with Monster, the energy drink of ESPN Radio College Football Tour. Power your performance with a drink that's as hungry for victory as you are. Crack open an ice-cold Monster and dominate your competition. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. Grab yours today. It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
Tom Cruise reportedly wants Glenn Powell, his co-star in Top Gun Maverick, to replace him and become the lead of the Mission Impossible franchise in potential future installments. What's this? Ethan Hunt is the star of
Ethan
the...
Hunt.
Yeah. You like those movies?
I do love Mission Impossible.
What about Glenn Powell in that role?
Glenn Powell played which guy in
Hangman.
Maverick? The guy that saves the day.
Yeah.
Is that spoiler alert?
No, not Hangman. I forget what it is.
He saves the day at the end, right?
Yes, he saves the day at the
okay,
end.
that guy. I could see him taking over.
Yeah,
Is he the next star?
He's in a lot of stuff.
He's in a lot of stuff right now. So Tom Cruise is basically trying to put him into this star-making stuff. So he was in Twisters this past season. He was in that rom-com with Sydney Sweeney. He's going to be in a couple things next year.
He was in that thing where he was a hitman that was pretty good, too.
Oh, yeah, it's called Hitman. Yeah.
Hitman.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's good-looking. He's athletic. He's going to be in that new show on Hulu, the Chad Powers show. You know when Eli Manning did that thing where he dressed up like a guy.
Yeah.
So they're going to do that for Hulu. Glenn Powell is a star, or at least Hollywood's trying to make him a star.
Is he
Hangman.
Is he Garoppolo sexy? Is he Banda sexy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the star then.
Banda's got a different vibe than
Different
those two
flavor.
guys.
Banda's not white. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Banda's like what? That's the bad
That was
boy?
Mexican. That was bad boy. Tatted
Oh,
up.
the bad boy.
Tatted
Okay.
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Brandon says, "What's up?"
What's up?
The Mission Impossible movies, I like them. They're not
my God,
it's not like
I
the
don't
Top
like
Gun
line
series.
up to see them either,
No.
but I don't hate them. So they are Tom Cruise
That's
movies
it.
that I don't hate.
That's one of those movies. Like
Ghost
if you're
Protocol
flipping
was
through
awesome.
and you see,
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, I'll watch this.
Ghost Protocol
and it's
was
over.
dope.
You're like,
they're
yeah,
all
that was
good.
cool.
They're all great. The stories get better.
The stories, the
Yeah.
stories are so Byzantine to me. Like I can't follow them at all. But it almost
It's
doesn't.
stunts.
It almost doesn't matter.
Do you like
Yeah.
Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Yes.
He plays an excellent villain.
Yeah.
I mean, an excellent
You know what
villain.
he's good at? You know his
Yes.
his best roles were. He's no longer with us, right?
Yeah, he passed away
Long time
like
ago.
10 years ago.
He plays a good weirdo.
Yeah, strange. Boogie Nights.
Scotty?
Crazy, right? Yes.
Yeah,
I know.
that's a good weird.
Yes.
He plays a really good weirdo.
Yes. Glenn Powell's his name?
Yes.
That's the guy. Okay.
Yeah. Hangman.
Hangman.
The Tampa Bay Rays are going to need to find a place to play for the upcoming 2025 season. Their home ballpark was basically obliterated in the most recent hurricane in Florida. They're not going to be able to get it rebuilt in time and up to Major League standards, so they're kind of looking for a place to go. So
Atlanta?
Atlanta's got a team.
I mean, but can't you? Well, I guess
I guess
baseball,
you
you're playing every
share
day.
it. You're playing every day.
Yeah, it's
now
hard.
you could be you're on the road when I'm at home and vice versa.
Yeah.
We've seen it happen before.
Is that the closest stadium for them?
Major
The
League
Braves?
Stadium? I don't know what's closer. That or Miami.
Miami.
Those would
4
be
hours away. Yeah,
those would be
Okay, there you
so
go.
maybe halfway between the two. But more likely is you're going to find a minor league complex in Florida because
play
that's
that.
where spring training for half these teams are in the Grapefruit League.
Yeah.
You could have 2 major league teams playing in minor league ballparks next year.
That's pretty. The A's.
The A's
Oh,
and the
man.
Rays could both be playing in like
This is a stupid
6,000
question.
seat capacity.
The distance is the same, correct? Like if you hit a home
Yes.
run, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, the pitching mound and the bases are the same. The fences are different
Right,
everywhere,
yeah.
but yes.
Short porch, minor league.
No, not necessarily.
okay.
It could be
All right.
it could be much longer. Quite
Oh.
frankly, it just kind of depends on wherever it is
It's
you end up
just
going.
Seating fans.
Yeah, instead of a major league ballpark, a small major league ballpark has 35,000 seats
What's
to
a
it.
minor league have? 20.
Way less. Like if you
15,
go to
okay.
the low minor leagues,
Yeah.
you could have 8.
Wow.
You could have a college baseball size.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Do they draw anyway down there?
The Rays?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But
So it's not that big of a
it's,
deal.
No, that's
Yeah.
why it's like, dude, why not? Like, dude,
Yeah.
get weird with it.
What?
Go to Montreal for a year.
Go to
No,
Montreal?
Like
Didn't
that.
they talk about that
They
before?
did.
That would
they,
be cool.
they talked about kind of having a
Yeah.
split home schedule, like half their home games in Tampa, half their home games in Montreal, because they don't draw.
Yeah.
And baseball went, get that out of here.
That sounds
We're
pretty
not
cool, though.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Let's do
Montreal
it.
was cool. Yeah.
It was today in 2014 that SoCal had a double MVP winner. Both Clayton Kershaw and Mike Trout won the MVP in 2014.
What'd you think about that back then? Well, I mean, how can you say no to Trout?
You can't.
Yeah.
Because a pitcher winning an MVP is always kind of weird. Because
But if anybody, I mean, Kershaw had a year. Yeah,
every
yeah.
once in a while, it's like, no, it's got to be him.
Yeah.
And I think Kershaw had one of those years.
It's like a punter being MVP.
It's like it'd be like an offensive lineman, maybe not a punter.
But that's every snap he's involved. I mean, like the punter is like, if he's nails and dead
okay.
you at the one, you know what I'm saying?
Kicker.
Kicker,
It'd be
okay.
like a kicker,
a professional
a
place kicker
specialist.
as an MVP.
A specialist.
Is Ray Guy the only punter in the Hall of Fame?
I believe
Correct.
he is.
Yes.
I think George Bland is in the Hall of Fame, but he did things other than punt.
Place kicker
That
and run.
and
Yeah.
He played quarterback.
And quarterback.
Isn't
yeah.
it like
quarterback.
Jan Stenerud in the Hall of Fame?
I
They've had a
believe he
handful
is.
of kickers
There's-
in there.
there's-
Morton Anderson, I think, could be in. There's some
There's a
Vinatieri
lot
in
of
yet?
place kickers, only one punter.
Yeah, Vinatieri's in.
He's
right.
I think he just went in,
Did
or
he
he's
just
about
go
to
in?
go in.
Oh,
Yeah.
so DeMarco, we tried to call you, so I know
Yeah,
you
what
got
was
to
that
get out of
about?
here. So let me get
Yeah.
this in here. Here's the story we wanted to ask you about. There's a center for the Saints. As it turns out, he just got cut like 3 days ago. So,
Yeah.
but he's only 31. Okay,
That's young.
he is the sole heir to his family's potato farm.
He's the potato king.
Oh,
and
yeah.
this particular potato farm is contracted to do all of the fries for McDonald's around the world.
Why is he playing football?
That's my question.
That's the question.
He is worth the farm is worth an estimated $500 million.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
If that happened to you, if somebody in the Farr family said, "Hey, I didn't tell you guys about this, but you're DeMarco, the sole heir to our potato farm,"
I'm still playing.
Why?
Because I love it. I love the game.
That's why I said
I love
some
it. This
people
is what
just love it, and that's
Trav, once again, you and I are on the same page. If I was a basketball player or a baseball player, I would keep playing. Even if I was a skill position football player, I would consider playing.
love of the game.
But on the line, how many of your old teammates have CTE? I mean,
I don't know. We have to find out when they're dead.
Marcellus is convinced he's got it.
I'm sure. I mean, but it's what I love to do, and I don't think money would change it. Austin Blythe was the same way. Remember Austin Blythe?
I remember Austin Blythe.
Austin Blythe, his family made a bunch of money from farming, and he still played. I asked him the same question. Why are you doing this? Because he loves it.
If when you were starting out, you knew you were worth $500 million, you would say, "Yeah,
that's the problem. If I was worth $500 million when I started, I probably wouldn't be allowed to play.
Correct.
You wouldn't be allowed to play, or you wouldn't have the hunger to go.
Well, you'd be.
achieve
Let's
it.
assume, for the sake of this conversation, that you're good enough to play.
Yeah.
Because this guy obviously is. He's been in the NFL for 10 years.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't play as a lineman. I don't want my head getting beaten in if I have $500 million down the road.
No, it hurts too much.
I just got done watching that Aaron Hernandez thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did you finish? I haven't seen the end.
Netflix one?
Yeah, no. This is a brand new series on, is it FX, man?
Oh, the FX one. Yeah.
It
I've
just
seen
in
it.
last night was episode 10. I've seen every episode.
What'd you think?
He had the worst case of CTE maybe ever.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Was shooting people and forgetting he did it.
Yeah.
You know?
I liked that FX version more than the Menendez Netflix version.
Right.
Like they came out at the same time and they're kind of running concurrently.
Correct.
Like,
I couldn't watch
the
it.
Fernandez one was weird because there's so many famous people in it. Like the guy that played Tim Tebow in there, I'm like, well, I know that doesn't look
You know who
any
that was,
Schwarzenegger's
didn't you?
kid. Yeah.
That was Patrick Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, but he doesn't look like the guy that played Urban Meyer. I thought was pretty good.
I thought the guy that
he
played
was great.
Belichick was good.
Yeah, that's
not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, that guy. I forget. Norbert Leo Butts is his name.
The person who steals it is the one that plays Hernandez's girlfriend, the one he had the child with. She steals every scene she's in.
Yeah.
And the guy who
good
played
role.
Hernandez was excellent.
Yeah, Josh Rivera.
He was on your podcast,
Yeah,
right?
he was on the podcast. He's a Broadway guy.
Okay.
It's in West Side Story.
Do you know how tall he is?
Aaron Hernandez?
Because Aaron Hernandez is a big.
Yeah,
guy. This guy looks
This
small.
guy was not. And what they did, and they do this a lot in Hollywood, they just cast him with actors that were not football-sized people.
Vince Papale is taller than Mark Wahlberg. A lot taller.
Who isn't?
That's what I'm saying. But
Right.
I mean,
but he was not cut enough to be Aaron Hernandez. So he went through a lot of training in order to be credible, at least to look
like an athlete.
Yeah.
And when he runs, it's okay.
Yeah,
You guys have heard me complain about this. Like any movies that involve sports that I'm familiar with, and the guy doesn't swing a golf club right, throw a baseball right, it's like
American Underdog.
He ruined The Natural for me. You ruined that whole movie for me.
Why?
For one scene.
It's a great movie until the very last scene of the movie. I love The Natural,
Ruined
but the
whole
last
thing.
scene.
What don't you like about the last scene?
So
When the lights, when
No, I
Wonder
that's
Boy.
what I don't
Beyond that one.
I
Yeah.
love that. It's the next scene after that, and it's super short. It's when he's playing catch with his kid in the cornfield.
Yeah.
And the kid clearly has never touched a baseball in his life.
Like the actor.
And it's like Roy Hobbs' son would not throw a baseball like that.
Right. So that ruined it. See, what ruined it for me was when you hit a ball into the lights, they don't explode into fireworks.
Are you serious?
There are not fireworks.
How do you know?
exploding.
1930s electricity was very different, Mace.
And it just exploded. It was like 4th of July.
They hadn't figured out halogen lighting quite right yet.
Right.
But they did. A kid that grew up in the 1930s that threw a baseball would never throw a baseball like that.
Kid who threw up in the 30s.
Hey, kid.
Hey, kid. Here's what we're going to do. See, we're going to throw this baseball.
God. Now you're on the trolley.
Wow.
I love 30 slugs.
Look at that gin joint.
This is up to you guys. You're up next. A little super crosstalk coming up next.
KSPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Super Crosstalk presented by In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger is all about.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
I think I would keep playing, though. I mean, yeah.
Well,
and not
explain to me the logic. You
not
have
all
500.
centers have
You have
CTE.
500 million.
Yeah.
You're getting hit in an average week 100 times in the head, probably being generous.
Yeah. You know, centers like the
during practice they don't really do full contact
not
as
anymore.
much as they used to.
Not
right?
anymore. That's the reason the O-line performed the way it performed this Monday night, because you can't go live in practice. You can't simulate full speed. You had guys working themselves into full speed versus a defense that was going 1,000 miles an hour. And it looked like it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I would bet this week in New England that same line. Well, it depends on if Rob Havenstein
Will
plays.
that be? Is it going to be the same line?
It'll be the same guys, depending on if Rob comes back. If Havenstein's out there, he'll be the starter.
But is Jonah Jackson still going to play center?
He's going to start, and so is Avila. And I bet they're going to be a lot better because they've got a week under their belt, and now they know what fast looks like again. The only way to know what fast looks like is to go out there and play.
They definitely didn't know what fast looked like on Monday night.
I've never seen a center whiff so many times in the first 15 plays in my life.
So a story just broke that Mason and I have known about for a couple of weeks, but we didn't feel comfortable reporting it.
Yeah.
Now Shams is reporting it.
Okay.
Greg Popovich, the reason and the Lakers play the Spurs in San Antonio on Friday. The reason Greg Popovich had to leave the team was he had a mild stroke. And you wonder at his age, he's in his mid-70s, if he's coming back.
Yeah, right.
But
I would imagine it depends,
no, right?
Depends on the severity.
Right. And depends on the after effects.
Well, it's kind of like your question. Why would you come back if you're Pop?
Because for the same reason you would play if you had $500 million in the potato fortune.
If you had $500 million.
But I'm not coming back after a stroke.
Right.
In my 70s.
But if it's a mild stroke and he's able to come back, I would not. I mean, it's what he loves.
But what else?
Clearly, it's what he loves.
What else do you have to prove, though? You've got championships. You've got all the money in the world. I hope.
Sure, but if it's what he loves, then you keep doing it.
Every once in a while, you come across somebody that is so married to the job, and no coach in NBA history has been with the same team for 25 years.
Yep.
He's the one. He's the only one. You just realize that it is who they are.
Yeah.
Bear Bryant died on the job. Chick Hearn, my idol, died on the job. He was the Laker play-by-play announcer when he passed away. Pop could be one of those guys. And if that's what makes you happy, more power to you.
Amen. Yeah.
And I think, didn't his wife passed away a few years back?
A few years ago. And, Mace, I can see you being one of those guys that dies on the job.
Yeah.
I will be the opposite.
Yeah.
I'll leave too early. Mason will leave.
Yeah, I know.
He has a good joke. You can pry the microphone from his cold, dead finger.
You're right. But he was like, what do you mean, like right now?
Yeah. I'd like to die during sports graffiti.
Well, you might if we bring it back.
Yeah, the bit is kind of died, so why not go then?
My goodness. Is that what you guys called me about? I was talking to Les
Snead. Yeah, about the potato farm.
Oh, I thought I'd done something wrong.
You were talking to Les Snead? You got an inside track.
I was talking to Les Snead. He was doing the coaches show because they can't do it on a short week. So I think Les, at one point, we were undefeated every time we did a show with him. The next week we won, and it just got broken after, I forgot what it was. He came on and we lost.
All right, so Mason, I don't know if you were listening to their show earlier, but DeMarco believes that there is a decent chance, not a certainty, but a decent chance Matthew Stafford's not with the Rams next year.
Yeah. Agreed.
You think so too?
Yeah, that's why they restructured his contract so that he's getting more money now and less money next year. It gives actually both sides the opportunity to get out of the deal.
To cut bait at the end of this season.
If he's going to win another Super Bowl with the Rams, it's going to be this year. This is it. Yeah.
Right. They did. Well, now I'm worried about the Rams making the playoffs because they obviously have to win the division. The NFC West is going to have one playoff.
If they're going to make it from here, he's going to have to be great. The doubts about his Hall of Fame candidacy go away if they make the playoffs with this football team.
I thought they went away when he won the Super Bowl.
Do you really think there are doubts about his Hall of? Oh, come on! Won a Super Bowl and is like sixth all time in
passing. If he didn't win the Super Bowl, I would agree with you. Now I don't even think it's debatable.
So talking to people that are in the Hall of Fame that are actual voters, if I ask you about Phillip Rivers, what would you say?
I would say wait.
I think he's on the bubble.
He would not be a first-year guy.
Here's what I've always said about Hall of Fame for any sport.
Because they say it's unanimous he's in.
Oh, really?
That's
then how could Matthew Stafford not be in?
They have identical stats, and Stafford has a title.
That's what he's in there, and there are people that doubt. That's the question, but go ahead.
You either have to have a ridiculous level of statistical dominance over the course of your career. That's how I think Rivers would get in.
Yes.
He's a top 10. He's top 10 in everything.
Passes,
and so is Stafford,
yards,
by the
yes.
way. Or the Eli Manning, Joe Namath thing. That
championships.
You led your team to an unexpected championship, and you were the reason. So
does that fit with Stafford? Because that team was loaded. It was built to win that year.
What I like about Stafford's case is he was excellent for years in Detroit on bad teams. The Rams had no Super Bowls, and he comes out and the Rams win it right away. So to me, he qualifies a little bit on both counts. He has statistical dominance
I think he's in.
and championship excellence.
From the eye test, the guys I played against and with, and quarterbacks only, he's one of them.
So,
he's special.
But you said Rivers, you anticipate is going to go in.
A lot of voters, the people that make decisions on the Hall of Fame, they say yes, he's going in. But
well, then there's no question about.
But if
Stafford.
you ask other people, they go.
I'll give you a couple
no.
of hard. I'll give you a couple of hard cases.
Go ahead.
What do you do with Matt Ryan? MVP, took a team to the Super Bowl in that group with Rivers and Stafford of being a top 10 all-time statistical quarterback. But not only does he not have a championship, he was on the team that blew a 28-3 lead.
By the way, those guys are number 6 and 7 all-time in yards passing.
Which two guys?
Phil Rivers and Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's number 7.
And where's Stafford?
Yeah.
Stafford's number 10.
And he's going to climb. I would say for Matt Ryan, yes, but not first ballot.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Is Eli first ballot?
Yes.
Should be.
2 Super Bowls,
should
beat
be.
New England, yes.
I think you can't really measure his greatness in stats because playing against him, he does pretty much everything right as a quarterback.
Well, I think he's going to get in. I just don't know if he's going to get in on the first ballot.
He's a Manning. That's going to count for something, too.
Yeah.
That counts for a lot.
The number of quarterbacks
Peyton's in. Is Archie in?
I don't think Archie is in. Peyton is in.
But if is there anybody with 2 Super Bowl championships as a quarterback who isn't in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Roethlisberger?
Those Raiders guys.
Jim Plunkett.
Jim Plunkett.
Plunkett's not in.
And there's one more. Phil Simms, I think, has
Phil
2.
Simms.
Who's the 2 Super Bowls you're talking about?
For Eli.
For Eli. Yeah.
But I do think this is the end of the line for Matthew Stafford. He's getting up there in age, and he costs a lot.
So at the end of the line is at the end of this year?
Do you think, would you keep playing if you're Stafford? If you're done here, would you do a Rodgers
is
and
he
go to
the
another
heir
place?
to the $500 million Potato King fortune?
No,
but he's made so much money that
he doesn't need it. Yeah, he doesn't
you
need
can
the
stop
Potato
playing.
King fortune.
I mean, would you take another crack at it? It depends on the team, right? Can they pay you, and are you ready to win now?
And it's got to be somewhere where he can win right away.
And who is that? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's no clear spot.
There's a couple of spots.
I'll tell you what I think a spot.
There's a couple of spots.
I think Minnesota is a spot.
That's the one that Travis said. Minnesota.
I'm not fully sold on Sam Darnold as a starting quarterback.
They have their what's his name? The backup,
they
JJ.
got JJ McCarthy.
I would have argued that Pittsburgh is a stop, but Russell Wilson's played so well that
he's been
I don't know
pretty
if you
good.
even go to
Pretty
replace
damn
him. And if you keep looking around the league, I think Atlanta's an interesting team, but they kind of have their old $100 million guy.
And they've got
Penix too.
Yeah, they've got Penix waiting them.
What do the Saints do for you?
Nothing.
You don't
right.
think
And by the way, do you think
Nothing
Matthew
at all.
Stafford
Remember how they started the season?
Yes,
right.
I do.
Do you think Matthew Stafford would look at that and say, "Oh yeah, I can win now"?
So
I
New
don't think
Orleans
so.
or TV? Because that's between those. Go play in New Orleans or go take the money and go be a broadcaster.
And Dallas is an emperor with no clothes, right? You wouldn't go down
Well,
to Dallas.
I mean Dallas
because Dak may not be ready for the start of next season.
They're going to take Shakur anyway, or Shador.
If they can. Sure.
I think the Raiders got their eyes on him too.
Really? And Dion is the head coach? No.
In both places, I think Dion gets a look at
that would
head
be
coach
awesome.
because I don't think they're married to Antonio Pierce in Vegas, and I definitely don't think they're married to
about
Mike
the Raiders?
McCarthy in Dallas.
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, the Raiders.
Yeah,
what about? I don't think so.
Which
I was going
one?
to say Tennessee, the Giants. There are
ready to
teams
win
without
now.
quarterbacks. Yeah,
You're
those
not
are-
going to go there to
All right,
resurrect.
if you put Matthew Stafford on the Seahawks, doesn't that immediately make them a contender?
Oh God, with DK Metcalf and Lockett and that crowd noise up there,
and Smith and what's his name?
And Jigba.
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that guy just torched the Rams.
Well, and so if you put Matthew Stafford with DK Metcalf on one side and Smith and Jigba on the other, and they have a good tight end and they have a good running back,
and a pretty good defense,
Kenneth Walker,
yes,
and a good young coach.
Yep.
That's a spot. So there's a handful of
and
spots.
they may not pay Geno Smith. They may
Is Geno up?
Geno is up. They have to make a decision on him.
I wouldn't pay him.
I wouldn't pay him.
I wouldn't either.
He ain't the future.
But what's your option then?
Well, if my choice is between Matthew Stafford and Geno Smith, I'm going Stafford.
Stafford, but I mean between
if my
Geno
choice
Smith
is between
and a rookie.
Well, how about Sam Darnold or Geno Smith? I think I'd take Darnold.
I wouldn't do that. I think that's a push.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's a push.
Geno just against the Rams, they turned the ball over twice in the red zone, and if he wouldn't have done that, they would have won the game.
Yep.
You know, that game went overtime, and he threw 2 interceptions to rookies, same rookie.
I don't think he's horrible. I just don't think he's elite, but he's going to want elite money.
Yeah, he's not going to get elite money anymore.
I mean, he
got
good money.
Given the fact that the early part of his career he was viewed as a bust, he really emerged in Seattle and made some bank.
No, I got to ask you a question. J.J. Redick really has to put in his memo that you have to be on time and care? That's what Travis was saying.
That's a non-negotiable.
He has a list of things that he wants his team to do. Part of it, like at the top, is be on time.
I think what
you
that's
have to tell guys to be on time?
I think what that's in reference to is this is a players' league. If Anthony Davis or LeBron, now fortunately, Anthony Davis and LeBron are often the first 2 guys there.
Okay.
LeBron especially. But I'll give you an example. When I was covering the Shaq-Kobe Lakers.
Yes.
Kobe was the first player to practice, last one to leave. Shaq was the last player to practice, first one to leave. And you can't, I think what JJ's putting out to everybody is, it's a players' league. I know I can't cut you if you show up 5 minutes late. So don't show up 5 minutes late. Let's all together agree. Here's a great story. Mason's heard the story before. Brian Shaw, who's now an assistant for the Clippers, was one of Phil Jackson's top assistants, and so when the Lakers were going to the finals every year, it's typical in every sport that you raid the assistant coaches. So Brian gets a head coaching job in Denver, and he gets there to the Nuggets, and he's noticing that every time at practice when they're trying to get something done and they take a water break, guys are running over and checking their phones.
Okay.
And some of them are actually making calls, and he's having trouble getting them back out there. So he decides to do this. He says, guys, and he calls the equipment manager over, and he goes, this is going to be our all-in bucket, that we're all in this together. And he takes his phone out, and he puts it in a bucket, and he goes, while we're here, undivided attention. Everybody put your phone in the bucket. Leo will have it.
Yeah.
And after the practice is over, you'll get their phones. So 2 things happened. One is, they all went and got a burner phone.
Yeah, need a burner phone.
So they had a second phone. And
the bat phone?
They went to the owner and said, Brian Shaw doesn't understand the modern NBA player, and they fired him.
They got him fired.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And I think that's what JJ is fighting against. I think he's saying, look, guys, it would be easy for all of us to show up whenever we want. I can't fire you. It's a players' league. But let's not do that.
Well, the other thing, just don't get between anybody and their phone.
Ever.
Seriously. And that's the problem is the phone is an extension of the human body.
DeMarco, how old are your kids?
9 and 23.
Okay. The 9-year-old, does the 9-year-old have a phone yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
She's asking.
What's her Twitter handle? I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding.
This is my parenting tip to you. My son's the same age as your daughter.
Yeah. Okay.
When he would step out of line for any reason, I would say, you do that again, I'm taking your phone.
Oh, instant.
And he would immediately step back. And on the 2 or 3 occasions I did take his phone, he shaped up so fast. I go, I'm taking it for 24 hours. And he would come to me like 12 hours. He'd go, hey, I've been really good. Can I have it? Nope. 24 hours. Hey, Tick, can it really? It's to Mason's point.
I like it.
It's like it's part of their arm.
Wow. But you have to put that, be on time, and you have to care. That was the other thing.
Yeah.
No, I think he's just trying to do like a collective, let's do this together.
Okay. Makes sense.
All right. Hey, DeMarco, thanks.
You got it, guys.
All right.
See you
Super
tomorrow,
Crosstalk brought to you by In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger is all about.